Yo, yo, yo. What they say? Yo, yo, yo. Cracker Fortnite about to say fuck all that shit, man. RP our nigga chat. But yo, what's good, man? This is Ari Starks, man, with the team, man. Gino, Sui, man. You already shout out to our boys Los and Joe. This is Get Your Bars Off podcast, man. Good morning, good afternoon, good night, whenever and wherever you listen to this joint, man. You are now in tune. You are now in tune. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We in the building, man. But you already know. You already know. This wrestling week has been insane, and we are ready to get straight to the shits. We just finished NXT Takeover 36.
Yeah, 36. Very interesting pay-per-view in a weird way. But nonetheless, it was still a takeover. It was still stellar in-ring performance spots. You know, it was just certain spots. Certain things that you're going to sit when you look back, it's going to be like, yo, this was in the same moment. This was good. And I think it was nice to see, I guess, the last takeover of this iteration of NXT.
Or so, maybe so. Maybe see. You know, I got my little thing with that, but let's get straight into it with that. We see kind of like with Samoa Joe and versus Karrion Kross, NXT Championship match. It was pretty much what direction is NXT going into? Are they going into this new era with Kross, or is it kind of going back to the safe, not safe, but the older era of Joe?
So, remember I called it when I said the NXT was going to need to reposition themselves towards when they were going back to that classic build where it's like, look, these people here are going to be, when they leave NXT, if they go up, there's very little movement we have to do as far as a character and a build. So Samoa Joe is kind of one of those characters where Samoa Joe on the main roster is still the same as Samoa Joe in NXT.
And I've been meaning to say that to you. I meant to say this to you like a couple of days ago, that thinking about that is like, I think that's where I was kind of like, I think we were both thinking the same things, but talking about it in different ways, because that is very true. Like I said, the guys like the Adam Coles, the guys like the Samoa Joes, when we brought up Bobby Roode, so on and so forth. These are guys who are experienced in the game. They know their ins and outs of how to move in the sports entertainment business and such.
Right.
So when they get to here, it's not much you have to really work on. It's just, we're here. We're just going to let you know, hey, this is our rules here. You know what I'm saying? Learn by those. Get ready for this type of regimen. Bong, bong, bong. Let's get you ready to move up. You know what I'm saying?
Right. And I think where Samoa Joe is taking NXT is kind of hopefully I think he's going to take it to more of the NWA power style, where it's you have a little bit more believability in the character builds, and it's more so this is, if you like that classic wrestling feel, you're gonna get that.
And I think that's what we grew to love from NXT.
Right.
I say so.
Yes.
I mean, you gotta think about it. Some of their early foundation matches is Sami Zayn versus I can't not call him Pac now, but what was his name in WWE? Neville. You know what I'm saying? The Seth Rollins versus what was it? The coronation match. Sami Zayn versus KO. Like some of those things like that. Sami Zayn versus Shinsuke. That match was the tide turner of, okay, are we going to take this into the indie? Are we going to try to, you know what I'm saying, compete with New Japan and all of that nature when they brought Shinsuke over and start doing their strong style matches and all of that such, appeasing to the new style of fans that are here now. You know what I'm saying? I won't say that are here now, but that have grew up from your older style. You know what I'm saying? They don't want to see that shit no more.
I think what we're going to get is, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, and I might be jumping the gun a bit, but we know there's a certain guy who has just lost his championship after holding it for triple-digit days, damn near 1,000.
Yes, sir.
He is a strong style wrestler.
Very true.
And he fits very well in with that Joe mode where it's, hey, remember when we were watching it live, we were talking, remember I was telling you, it's their in-ring psychology that matters. And if you see Joe and Kross, their match, while it was just essentially two big dudes chopping each other down and throwing each other around, a lot of it was, hey, I'm getting hit with a powerful move and I'm laying down for a second to sell it.
Yes,
it wasn't a high space. It wasn't a high paced match, but it was still just as kinetic. So
you're right. They played their strength. We knew this was going to be a submission based match, a lot of hard hitting factors. So if you think about it psychology wise and kayfabe, they both know that. So most things you should be looking for is counters to certain moves. Oh, I know this is his move. He does the coquina clutch. He does the, you know what I'm saying, the rear naked choke. All right, so you know what I'm saying, Joe has to find a way. I think he tried it in Karrion ended up getting a break out of it, and he ended up ending it with the muscle buster. Just seeing him ending it with the muscle buster alone, and not seeing him finish a match, not even able to do the muscle buster in years.
Right, but
that alone is like, you know what I'm saying, adding to the story. Like it takes a little bit more than just the coquina clutch to take him down. What it all? We fix the screen.
This nigga Joe.
Joe, what did I tell you? What did I tell you? What did
Joe just finished throwing up? He just finished throwing up. They just finished throwing up. He came up. You just praying to the poor. This nigga drinking a Four Loko.
Oh, he took it back.
Did you get Four Loko? This nigga was time
traveling.
traveling.
The liquor store's closed, nigga.
This nigga went time traveling. This nigga went.
That's every black person excuse for getting a Four Loko.
This nigga went time traveling back to 2000 fucking. Oh shit,
bro. But nah, son, yo, we got our bro Joe. Hopefully he's seen this. We already know my man was out here lit. What is it, Joe? What is that? What is it? What is in that bag, sir? What craziness you got in that bag, bro? He got the Taylor Port bottle of Casamigos. Oh. Jesus.
This nigga, he don't even know he on camera. He just drunk. He thought you just saw it. He think you picked
something. I'm glad he's not putting any brands on here.
I'm here, nigga.
Joe about to be like Paul on the Temptation scene. If I ain't got love.
Joe, gotta take a shot.
That nigga got so shit like.
Hey, Joe, tell them niggas.
Tell them niggas what?
This nigga said, come here.
Tell us what?
This nigga said, come to the camera.
Said, come to the camera.
I'm not a nigga.
I said, this nigga. Wait, I'm sorry. I'm not a nigga. This brother.
My name.
Kang voice.
Yeah.
I just came to say what up. I'm out this bitch, you know. Game
sorry. Your scary ass friends to chill.
This nigga drunk. This nigga drunk.
We're playing dark.
This nigga Joe, man.
This nigga
I told you that nigga was somewhere lit.
So I told you I know them for real.
That nigga be lit. Back to the situation at hand. But like I said, with Joe, and like I said, when you brought up with Walter, that was a really great point. Because me and Sue were talking about that when you had got off. When I seen Walter, I was like, damn, man, this would be a great like him versus Joe. Or no, I said him versus Brock is like when you see him in just his style, it's like, I feel like, damn, man, before Brock leaves this joint, I would like to see that. But neither here nor there. But even with the same thing with Joe, was like even on this playing field, you know what I'm saying? That is perfectly aligned for, you know what I'm saying, trying to continue that future once again, building Walter for that next plateau, which is the main roster.
I think if you're gonna have Brock versus Walter, honestly, that should have happened when you were trying to beat AEW, when you were trying to beat them before, and that would have been a perfect pop. And
with the more fighting now,
because funny. I would have actually been interested in seeing Brock versus Walter, not because of the big name Brock, but because the fact that it's like, well, Brock already said he more or less only wants to work with new guys.
True, and he works amazingly with new guys.
Right, and the thing that really pissed me off is like, remember he said he liked working with small people. He wanted to work with smaller wrestlers, and he had him squash Kofi. and now they have him working with Roman.
Right.
They have him working with Roman. So in my head, it's like, look, honestly, all these dream matches with these guys in NXT, that's never going to happen.
Yeah, that's why I said. That's why I said that one before he leaves. That got to be one of them.
I would love to see it, but it's not going to happen. So,
but the thing is, what do I say is a little because even you bringing up the smaller guys and him wanting to work with him. That's why Walter is such a great talent because
he
moves so elusively in the ring for his size. Like he's huge.
I think WWE once Big Boss Man came out, it was essentially now we need one of these big cats on the roster. Like for a long time they had Big Boss Man, who a lot of people admit was far more agile for his size.
Yes, very true.
He played real dumb, but you could put him in matches with a small guy, and the small guy can look phenomenal because he's able to keep pace and sell.
But that, and especially when he had the blue outfit era, he was moving through that ring. You would think he looked like about 30-something around that time. Shit, he was moving like he was 20-something. Like, but neither here nor there, man. Like those type of style with Joe and seeing Karrion Kross in this match. Mm-hmm. It's like you said, it's a really good match to breed into this new era that they're trying to show. Like, okay, this is the old, this is the new, but we can still market it. That's why I like where they were trying to show is like, okay, Karrion Kross is this huge, you know what I'm saying, like just burrowing into entity on NXT right now, just destroying a smaller competition, whoop-de-whoop, wiping through them. Enter Joe. Where, like he said, oh, this is their superhero and such and so much and so forth. But in a sense, it is in a sense where it's like you said, you got this new style where they're just bringing guys in. And for me, per se, I don't really know Karrion Kross too much. I didn't watch him too much in Impact like that to know. I heard he was really good from what Lo said, but not from, like, is a difference of the experience I've seen with Joe coming from ROH to Impact to WWE and just hearing about Karrion Kross and Impact coming over here.
I think Samoa Joe, for me, has always been on the radar after that Scott Steiner Mac promo. Like, you can never get past it.
True. That shit was insane.
And then the thing is, I remember watching that promo like a few days after it came out, crying my ass off. And then when the match happened, actually watching the replay to see Samoa Joe win. So, you know, it's one of those things where it's like, he had his legacy cemented in like pop and like as far as wrestling popularity. Like,
yeah,
you're gonna be famous by proxy of this promo always lasting forever.
Oh yeah, he's been lit. Break that shit down. But no, he's been lit since like the Triple Threat, that Angle Joe, like all of that shit, bro. He's definitely had his name out here for a minute.
And then him killing Jeff. Was it Jeff Hardy on the promos?
Jesus.
Yo, it's like, he's like, hey, dude, it's like.
But the Hardy one specifically, because remember, I kept saying after that, everybody wanted to do but we'll say I'll give CM Punk his credit. He did start that. Well, him and Jericho did start that joint early with that angle. You know what I'm saying? But neither here nor there.
No, the way like Samoa Joe has always been. Samoa Joe's always been that nigga. You give him a mic and he's gonna cut loose.
Exactly.
So, like, he's a perfect locker room leader for the NXT, and especially when you're trying to develop a crop of new people. And it's okay for NXT to have a boogeyman who at any point can grab the title.
Mm-hmm.
And it's okay, like pro wrestling isn't like any other pro sport.
No.
The minor league is only as minor as you make it there.
Way above minor.
I'm being real. Like, you can, like, AEW is a perfect point.
You could call it the minor, but like I said, it's how they moving.
Right, you went.
But that's what I was saying. That's what I was saying about New Japan when we had the conversation. I was gonna say I never really looked at them as an independent brand because to them over there, they're the top dog over there.
They're hugely wildly.
They got history. They got it's a lot of stuff with them. But
they got New Japan.
Like said, but when you look at it in WWE's eyes, you know what I'm saying, or WWE cat or WWE loyalist fan, they would think like that. But like you said,
that's
the way they move in is like,
I
nah,
wouldn't call that WWE per se. I would call that more
it's American wrestling lawyers.
Yeah, American, very, very American, like North American continental.
Yeah.
Like, because when you go to Europe, you're gonna catch some people who know New Japan. Bullet Club has a big following over there, far bigger than they have over in the States. But the States, it seems bigger because it's, hey, I walk around my city and I always see someone in New Japan things. Like, yeah, because you're in the fucking city. You're not gonna see Bullet Club in the middle of Iowa. You're gonna see
maybe one.
Yeah, but you're gonna see the city in Iowa. But
right.
Talk about like, hey, I'm in China, and in the city of Beijing, there's like 2 million people guaranteed to be wearing a Bullet Club shirt at any given moment. That's a big fucking difference. Or just a New Japan Pro Wrestling shirt at any given moment. You're kind of changing when you're talking about population sizes and stuff.
But back to Joe, like I said, with that locker room leader, I think with that, me and Sue was talking about it too. Just he was saying like, I know him and Cena gonna turn up after this. Just knowing their history together, like Joe has so much experience, like training with guys from all 02. So just all that experience as your locker room leader with this bunch. And let's keep it tall. Joe could have been that when he pulled up at 14. Let's say 14, 15. But he had to get his own shit right. Now going through what he had to did on there and on the main roster, now is more experience, more story to tell.
Because if he's healthy, then what they can do is rehab his character, kind of like how they did for Finn Balor, where Finn Balor went to main roster and he got decimated and he became like a background character essentially.
True.
And going back down to NXT, let him become a dominant force again. He left him down there for like about 8 months, almost a year.
I'll say close to a year. Give it to
and they just brought him back up.
Yeah.
And he looks a lot more serious now.
Yeah, he's pulling up saying, I ain't talking about none of that shit. I want championships.
No longer, we don't need to see Demon Finn Balor. And I get why people like Demon Finn Balor, but there's a certain
if it's only pertains to the story, I'm good with it. But
but
no, this is good. This is a good look. Like I said, when you said with the bumps and such, I think Joe, I was telling Sue, like as he was taking it was a point in the match where Karrion Kross was getting a lot of heat, and where he was just fucking Joe up. You know what I'm saying? And
the crowd wanted Kross to lose.
Yeah, but what I was saying more so, I was looking at that more so just Joe wanted to show people, yo, I can still take a hard bump. You know what I'm saying? Like, for people listening, we're not talking about cocaine. We are talking about wrestling. But back to what I'm saying. But we just, like I said, he was taking some heavy bumps and like, he's like, okay, all right, you look like you good to go. You know what I'm saying? We have to see as the time goes, but this is a good enough showing because we know Karrion Kross, like, especially he's doing elbows to the back of the neck, and we know, you know what I'm saying, this is a guy who deals with concussions. So they're showing us like, hey, he can teeter the line, but he's gonna be all right. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I think overall, I'm more worried about what's happening to Kross's character going forward than I am worried about what's going on with Joe.
And I agree with that also.
Like I said with Kross before, I think
about that. Yeah,
Kross should stay in NXT, but we know realistically that's not going to happen. He has the build that Vince likes as far as physique wise, but he doesn't have everything else on the mic just yet.
I think it.
Who?
Karrion is good on the mic. I will say he is good on the mic, but now we know what they'll have to do on the main roster. It depends on how he can be able to work with that. Will they let him have freedom with going a little bit off kilter with the mic or such, with the script and such?
Who do you consider to be the best, the top 5 people in all of WWE when it comes to using the mic?
All of WWE?
All of WWE.
Give me
active.
Off the dome, give me KO, give me Miz, give me Charlotte, give me Randy, and give me I know it's somebody I'm missing that's really
Cole.
Good. Yeah, I'll take Cole for NXT.
All right.
I'll sprinkle Ciampa just for another person, but
same thing.
Yeah. Sammy's got really good, but that's too many people. But you
all right. So no particular order. I got Joe.
Joe's up there too. Like I said, I can't think of too many people off right.
Roman Reigns right now, off back.
Roman Reigns doing amazing.
Right. I got my nigga Baron Corbin.
Bum ass Corbin.
The Miz.
Can we put the New Day in there as a collective?
No. I'm not gonna let that rock no more because they're separated enough.
Okay. Well, I mean, I think they all equally are good talkers, though.
Right, but I'm saying like where if I give him the mic, I know he's gonna give like if I give him a mic and it's like, yo, give me a promo and you can get a little bit loose. You're gonna give.
I'll put Xavier on there then. I'll put Xavier over any of them.
Right, and I was gonna say Xavier.
Yeah.
And the thing is,
Roman. I'm sorry. I look like you had blonde hair when I was just looking in there, but I'm sorry.
The only other nigga I would want to put on there would be MVP.
Yeah.
But MVP isn't wrestling. He's
and that's you can say the same for Paul, right? You know what I'm
saying? So but my point being is
he could though. He could wrestle. He just.
But my point being is I agree with you on that too. He could wrestle, but for this argument, my point being is like when you look at these people who when you talk about Cross isn't good on the mic. He's okay on the mic.
Cole cooked this shit.
Adam Cole, I think while he's good on the mic, I don't think he's gonna be good in main roster. I don't think he's gonna have that level of freedom. You remember, you have to develop that freedom. You have to develop the fan base in the main roster now.
Well, see, I think with a little bit of that, depending on the guy, like they'll give you like, all right, hey, these are the things that are over for him, or like, at least the things that they would know are needed up there. Where a guy who doesn't really need too much work or help on the joint on the scripts or such like that, you know what I'm saying? He can handle himself in promos like that. I think certain guys like Adam Cole or KO, such like that, when they're moved, they're like, hey, don't press on it too much. You're gonna. I mean, for certain guys, obviously certain guys they go like, hey, you got it. Do what you got to do with him. You know what I'm saying? But
I want to say this: the reason why I don't think KO he was good on the mic, I don't think he is good as much anymore. And I think a lot of that has
he's an experimental phase right now. I say that.
Where it's the story he's getting isn't a lot of good work. He's working with.
He's not working with anything.
Yeah, he's not working with anything. They're not giving him anything to move forward towards. So when I'm hearing stuff he's saying, it's like not to like move to segue, but to segue like into the next match, right? Which is the Adam Cole, Kyle O'Reilly. I really don't care.
True.
Like in that match, I really didn't care. Like great.
The face-offs I really didn't care.
Great match. Great in-ring chemistry. All of that. Great in-ring performance.
Mm-hmm.
Great mindset. I just didn't give a fuck about the match.
I think both were talking about that a lot. Yeah. It was no stakes.
I already knew Adam Cole was losing.
The only reason why I had him win it was just off of like probability. Like, you know what I'm saying?
I wanted him to win, but because he didn't sign the contract, I knew he was losing.
So that's why I was like, not. But then again, like I said, in the stories, this is the season where you're ending storylines, and what they've been trying to do with Kyle O'Reilly is been trying to build him up in this. So he needs this win to solidify him in that NXT title picture for real. Remember, he wanted smoke with Karrion Kross. Now that he's not champ, they may still have a match, they may not. But him and Joe can still be a match. That it can be a great match at that. You know what I'm saying? So this win was needed for Kyle, whether Adam Cole signed or not. I'm gonna keep it.
I don't think the win was needed, and I feel WWE.
Do you have much believability in Kyle when you see him again next to a Karrion Kross or next to a Joe? Not in the sense of like I'm real ass, but like
I don't have that level of believability when it comes to Adam Cole standing next to those guys. Okay. So Kyle O'Reilly, like,
that's what I'm saying. I'm not thinking more so in size. I'm thinking more so in the sense of
I'm saying
this guy's type of matches.
I'm saying
okay, cool.
But to quote Shawn Michaels, once you accept like to paraphrase Shawn Michaels, once you accept the Irish whip as a move, you have to start accepting a lot of other shit. You know what I mean? Once I'm willing to accept somebody's throwing someone into ropes and the nigga's just running full speed and bouncing back. You know what I mean? I have to be able to say, okay, well, look, little guys win. So it's not so much about how, if he wins or loses, it's more so about how the match is. You can win and have a dirty win. It's not a clean finish. So, yeah, I mean,
I give you that. Like I said, but that's why I do say guys like he from watch over the history he does. He's very his mind is very great psychologist in the ring. I'll give.
I think I have nothing against Kyle O'Reilly besides like aesthetically disliking him, but in the ring he performs well. He's good. He's not good. He's acceptable on the mic.
Yeah, this new Kyle O'Reilly definitely showed him a little bit better.
Right. I mean, they never were bad. They were always in.
Even in ROH, he was pretty good on the mic during that ROH title run. He was pretty good.
They're pretty intriguing guys. It wasn't like UE was Undisputed Era was some bad shit. They were all, for the most part, seasoned wrestlers, but not seasoned entertainers. So,
and as I said, only one. Like if you had to rank it, to be honest, going into, you would say Adam Cole, Roger Strong, Kyle, Bobby, maybe Bobby Kyle, if anything, if you're just going off, you know what I'm saying, knowing them before WWE. But going into it now, like I said, this latest stint, you say Adam, Kyle, Roderick, you know what I'm saying, Bobby, but neither here nor there. Right. This match, hopefully, this is the end of this whole Undisputed Era shit. You know what I'm saying? Let it be done. If it's done, let it be done. Bobby's gone. Roderick's in a whole nother crew. You know what I'm saying? Like, just let it be done now. Let people, I'm not say forget it, but let's just move on.
The takeover before last. That's how old it is.
True.
Seriously.
On the low.
Because they had a whole match where they was going the fatal 5-way against Karrion, and then what was the last pay-per-view?
That would be 30. Now you talking about that would be 34, that would be 35, or I don't know which one it was.
Yeah, but it's that old though, you know. Like nobody wanted to see that 2 pay-per-views later.
It's not the same feel that Ciampa and Gargano had with their initial feud. You know what I'm saying? With the friends breaking up, all of that stuff. And once you heard Triple H and HBK had their hands in it, so you really start thinking back to the SummerSlam feud. I love every SummerSlam weekend. But you start thinking about that and how they are influencing that style of feud. I feel like now once you start seeing things being rehashed again and again, it's just like, come on, son. Like we already know that they had their stint in ROH already. So I don't want to see it drowned out in WWE's. That's what they did with AJ and Shinsuke.
That's what they did.
Really wanted to see.
That's what they're doing with Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. Like it's now where you don't give a fuck if they have a match against each other. You know it's gonna be good, but like I just don't care anymore. Yeah, it's like
what's the stakes?
What's the point of this? Oh, they're having a good match just for a good match. Cool. What was the next match after this?
Let's get into what we're talking about. Also, Walter finally dethroned. 800 days, yo. 800 days.
It was 870 days. Yeah, 870 days.
Crazy, son. Crazy.
I think the match made me feel like, you know what? It was okay that this guy just held the title for like essentially what 2.5 years, almost 3.
Damn near, but what I think he won it from Pete Dunne, and was it 21? That had to be like 2019, bro.
Yeah, but then COVID hit, and that's kind of
that I would take that out the way. So yeah, you're right.
So I'm not mad at it. Like as far as title defenses go, but this was Walter doesn't put on bad matches.
Like man, this was what you wanted from the first match that you seen from them. You got it in here, man. All you had to do is look at that man Ilya Dragunov's chest, dog. Right. He looked like a goddamn heroin addict with all them damn tracks on his chest, bro.
I was surprised by the finish as well. Like that was especially because of the way the match was going. I didn't expect such a finish. I was like, whoa.
I was like, yo, y'all really don't let that one? Ooh.
Walter chopping him in midair, catching. Oh my god, Walter was wilding those clothesline. Oh my god, and like props again. Like this was. Remember we were talking about this. This was probably the best match as far as psychology wise. Like you see him hit a move, guy lands, gets up, starts.
Ilias sells. He sold all of his moves so perfectly.
Walter getting hit. There's sometimes, and like you have to remember that Walter's a big guy, so it's like he can't just stay down. He has to get up and prep for the next move. But there's not really giving him space to breathe, and you just see him on the floor, like in pain. You see him like actually expressing, and you get involved in the match. You feel a lot more of the chemistry. And the near falls, while I'm usually not a fan, a lot of those close finishes were actually a lot more believable. It was like, no, this looks like this is it.
Very true. I think
it was all because they were selling the other moves beforehand, where it's like this guy gets hit. Hey, nah, he's been hurt. I actually legitimately feel he's hurt. So, personally, to me, this was match of the night.
You don't get no argument from me, man. I felt the same way going into it. I felt the same coming out of this event. I think when we talk about that was just the selling of moves, showing like charisma in the match. I think we were talking about it. Well, the whole
with like
with certain guys popping up with certain moves, and you know what I'm saying, just the difference in size, and like it's kind of like, you know, the believability.
Yeah, you don't want to insult the fans. You want the fans to feel like, hey, not so much intellectually like you don't want to feel like they're being outsmarted or insulted, but you want them to feel like, hey, I'm intellectually invested in the match because as I'm watching these little things, certain things are paying off. Hey, kicking them in the leg, this is going to come back to haunt. Hey, these chops are starting to do some damage. Hey, these ribs, these shots to their ribs are starting to do damage. Oh shit, now he's targeting. Hey, oh, okay. And it's like, okay, you can really
then when he fights through it, is this when you be like, oh shit, this dude he's a little different. You know what I'm saying? So when he popped up, like I said, we were talking about 80s Sting, or when Sting did when he went through the table in AEW, then popped back up and finished the match off. But it's only cool for him to do that because we know of him doing that in the past, knowing him of letting the fight give him the energy to continue in the match. And you've seen Ilias matches, he's a fighting motherfucker. And once he's in the deep waters of the matches and it gets crazy like that, he gets even, you know what I'm saying, more brutal, more energetic, more fiery. You know what I'm saying? You see with his entrance, it's nothing but pure energy with his entrance. You know what I'm saying? So that type of thing happening like that, where he can just pop up after what was it that he popped up after I think it was after a chop or something like that, and he just turned it was a chop on the back, and he just turned around. That's where he was looking like 80s Sting to me, bro.
Yeah.
Like, yo,
the Ultimate Warrior-esque was like, yo, I'm hyped. But
Russian blood was going crazy through CWC, man.
Yeah, and I think that was just like a really well choreographed match.
I really wanted to produce that match. I really wanted to produce that one.
I really love the UK style that was presented. I felt my only concern is like as far as like longevity of that style, as far as somebody wrestling and receiving that style, where you can't do that. You can't do house shows doing that style.
True, very true. I think that's where it comes with age. Like that's why they get them so young. So they let them get that out. Then by the time they'll learn when to start changing their shit up and such. Hopefully we don't be like CM Punk where it's too late, too sorry. The motherfuckers all beat the fuck up and ready to leave and shit.
Right. But that was again, it was a good match, and I felt like there was a lot of stiff strikes and stuff like that. There was a lot of good grappling going on.
So many great, like you said, man. Even with the him finishing with his sleeper hold was just insane, bro. Like seeing Walter tap out was crazy, bro.
But I think also I like the speed the way he did it. Like it made it look like, oh shit, that's like as someone who's actually like learned how to do chokeholds from the military and stuff like that. Like you know when you about to pass out. Like it's not like it's like, oh, this is real. This is in it. I gotta get like yield. I'm good. If I don't yield, I'm dropping. You know what I mean? So to see that kind of like, okay, this is all right, cool. This is real recognizing real right here, and it gives that title exchange seem very legitimate. And that I think so. To me personally, having someone submit versus getting knocked out as far as a title change is a lot different,
especially in their style of match too.
Right? Yeah, you don't
like the way he was chopping them in that neck. Like, oh my god, it's like he softened them up for the chokehold. Where it's just like, yo, the pressure on that neck area right there is too much. Where it's like, I'm fading, the pain right there. I got to tap. Like, so it's you seen it. He had him on his knee, so he's at a level. So he's going at he's chopping them down. You know what I'm saying? It's not like he's trying to, you know what I'm saying, no pun intended, like John Cena and just, you know what I'm saying, super strength. And he showed it, but that wasn't the way he won, though. It was more, like you said, it's like, I'm going to break him all the way down.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Amazing match, man. Amazing match. But let's see what we had next. Let's go from the
guy and Raquel Gonzalez.
I mean, no. Actually, I'm sorry. LA Knight and Cameron Grimes.
That was that was the first match.
That was the first match. Oh yeah. We're gonna go from there. Yeah, you right. Yeah. Right. So let's go from that. So I mean, it wasn't a bad match. It's just, I don't know. It just, I don't know. Once again, did you feel any type of real stakes in this match other than? I mean, I think we all were wrong in our decisioning. I think that's the only thing.
I was surprised with the finish. I'll give it that.
Yeah, I think that's it.
I was also surprised by the lack of, like, the match didn't look good.
Yeah, it didn't really have its, like, best moments really till the finish.
Right. I was expecting a little bit more dynamic.
More story, more like not to go to the Roman Cena jump, but just seeing how, like, Roman is just talking to him, talking that whatever. I want to see more dialogue between the. But let me know you guys hate each other. I mean, if this is your friend and you're really upset, like,
no,
from Dakota Kai's side, like,
that's not NXT. That's not NXT.
Story is not NXT.
No. What you're saying right there, that's not NXT. It's not NXT style. That's big. That's the wrestling entertainment style.
See, no, but that's the thing, though. That it depends on the story. That's why I always commend those first two matches of Ciampa and Gargano. When Ciampa would do a certain move, go out to the crowd, you know what I'm saying, do little things, or just talking to Johnny, you know what I'm saying, berating him, or the vice versa when Johnny gets the upper hand and such like that. The feud is so at its height right now that it's so much shit that they're talking to each other. You know what I'm saying? They got to get off and fight. You know what I'm saying? If this friendship breakup is really that meaningful, then why don't I feel it? You know what I'm saying? I feel like it literally just happened. Now we're in this match, and what happens after now? Dakota lost. Now, what the fuck happens? Because now she still don't got a title in a main title, at least in NXT. All you had was the tag titles. Yeah. You want the main title. You still don't got it now, even after, you know what I'm saying, fucking up your friendship.
She gonna get it off somebody else. She gonna get it off maybe what's Valkyrie.
But that's what I'm saying. It feels stupid though, because like you fucked up your whole friendship to try to get the title. Now you lost. Now where the fuck do you go now?
I don't know, and I think a lot of stories. To be honest, I think a lot of stories got changed off the strength that NXT is ending essentially for a lot of people.
But see, that's why we were surprised with the win, where it's like, okay, we're thinking Shorty about to move up. Okay, you're gonna go with Dakota Kai. You know what I'm saying? Probably save it for something.
Dakota Kai might be just getting called up, and there's no point in giving her the belt.
Might. We might
see her wrong the next 2 months.
They can't even do shit with the ones they got.
And that's the thing. Dakota's definitely gonna get lost there.
I think when we look at the women's roster they're trying to build now versus the women's roster they have, they're trying to get rid of some of the campy women wrestlers and move into legitimate women wrestling.
They want more Rheas, more, you know what I'm saying, more Raquel.
They want more Asukas, Sasha Banks, and less Iconics.
I agree with that. I think we all kind of want that. I ride with the Iconics, but
and you say this all the time. I think one of the key changes in order to get women's wrestling legitimized, in so many words, is to change some of the way that tires are designed.
Because put that on some of the women though.
No, right? No, and I'm not.
Phoenix came out. her gear, she was right. I mean, what's her name? Natalia comes pants. You know what I'm saying?
Right. No, and I'm not.
Yeah, so I put that on the women on the low.
And I wanna point out, I understand the hypocrisy because there's men who come out in their shorts and stuff like that. So I'm not bashing the women in the sense for that.
Right.
And you need to move away from the idea of being tits and ass. And you need to start going off the idea of you need to, like, these are legitimate athletes and trying to sell it like that.
But I think that's where a lot of people get confused though, like who's an actor and who's an athlete, you know? Like, we know Carmella is not the best wrestler.
She shouldn't be wrestling for a title ever.
She should not be wrestling. But we know Bianca Belair is.
Do we though? She was doing CrossFit before this.
CrossFit, athletics.
But she's an athlete. She's not somebody who.
I get you on that. I mean, but you could say cheerleading, and to an extent, is a sense of gymnastics.
I'm not. I don't want to make it seem like
it's not nitpick. But you guys are absolutely right.
When
I look at both of them, I can look at both of them saying they both were not wrestlers before, but they came here and learned the style, and both. You know what I'm saying?
No, I definitely
they were. I said that for sure.
I'm not saying that.
I think we look at sort of more like when we think of a Carmella, then you see a Ruby Riott. You know what I'm saying?
I definitely think when you look at your roster and you say, hey, who do we think is a woman wrestler who can carry this brand? At no point do I say Carmella.
Okay.
That's very true.
And it's not to fault Carmella like she doesn't have a role within the organization. She does. I think she does a tremendous amount of work. But
great worker.
But you put her in these positions where people hate her because it's, hey, she's not a skilled wrestler, and you're gonna have a skilled wrestler lose her. We're not talking about like a technical wrestler. We're just talking about somebody who's actually put in work, put in great matches, and you're gonna have them lose to her. And what's probably Carmella's best match, and this person's one of their worst matches. And this doesn't make sense.
Yeah, and just to swing it back to the right, I think that's kind of like, in a sense, for I won't say it's like it's not the same for this Dakota and Raquel, because like I don't feel like this was neither of their best match.
No, I think there was
Raquel was way better than this.
I think Raquel catching her with the body splashes, and
that was the best part.
I think she kind of, when she was trying to do the gorilla press, her arm slipping, that kind of looked funny, but she kind of recovered well, and I'm glad she saved it from being a bad incident and worked within what she had. But we were talking about this too, where it's like, hey, Dakota Kai's getting tossed around the ring, and she's just popping back up immediately. You're not giving.
That's what we just coming up. We talk about the Walter and Ilya. Like that's weird. Very weird to see.
Yeah, it's like you're not giving your moves room to breathe. So since you're not doing that, then hey, it's just gonna.
Maybe if she would have hit her with her shoulder blade, she'd have been knocked the fuck out or some shit. I don't know.
But I'm glad.
Wrong guys, backers. I don't get it. Like
I'm glad I was wrong. I'll say that. I'm glad I was wrong because it wasn't a bad finish.
Because Ember, she's hardly on TV enough for people to even keep her in title, for them to even keep her in title contention. You know what I'm saying? Sarai is, you know what I'm saying? She's that's not going to be a long game. She gets NXT championship. And that's because she's a great wrestler, but I don't know shit about this lady. You know what I'm saying? And that's not saying that I'm not a fan of her. I don't know. I didn't take the time. I just, me seeing her now, I just see her coming here. What they told me, and I just see her having wrestling matches, and she kicked the shit out of somebody in the face. That's about it. You know what I'm saying? I mean, who else is after that? You know what I'm saying? In their division. That's a solo. I mean, that's singles. Yeah. Yeah. Ember Moon. Mandy Rose is down there now. You got Victoria. I mean, what's her name?
Victoria Monet.
Victoria Monet. Is that her name? Victoria Monet?
Well, I don't know.
Frankie Monet. Frankie Monet. Yeah. So I can see her being one of their future champions. Like she gets it in the ring, and she's an amazing character also. So I can see her being a good face for their divisions coming up soon.
Yeah, I think it's again we got Rhea Ripley's gone, and they pretty much I don't think there's anybody they brought up from NXT that's still really doing well on the main roster. So now you have to look at your women's roster. That's the only thing that NXT really has as far as things that you can repackage and move forward using.
I'm interested to see what they're going to be doing with Shotzi on SmackDown, to be honest. I don't think they're going to keep her and Tegan together for too long.
No, Tegan. All right, so anyway, the next.
I would say she's a TNT movie, bro.
Yeah, the next match. What was that? What was that? The LA
Cameron Grimes versus
the LA Knight.
Yes, sir. This was a good start. Good start and match to the show, man.
I want to point this out. I already knew what the finish was off of the stipulations. Like, there's pretty much like a 1 in 20 chance that they were gonna let Ted DiBiase be someone's butler.
Very, very slim. Very slim.
And it was just like
nigga Cole was saying, well, what were y'all saying? They were gonna bring Virgil out to come save him or something?
Yeah, I thought me. I was saying they gotta bring Virgil out to come save him. Like it just doesn't make sense. Like
if that was gonna happen, Ted DiBiase Jr. would be out of prison.
Like it's like such a bad idea. But the match was good.
Yeah, definitely. This is the end of their story. And this was a great closer, man. Like I said, even from the beginning of it, from the ladder match, when I seen that LA Knight win, I'm like, oh no, they're gonna build Cameron Grimes' babyface character even more. So when he does win it, the pop is gonna be, you know what I'm saying, warranted. Other than just, you know what I'm saying, we just hate him a little bit more than we hate you type of pop.
Yeah, and I think LA Knight, I'm mad they changed his name, but they made it work, and it's
I love that shit.
And it's catchy, and he's one of those people who I think give him a year at most in NXT to really just cook on this character, get all the kinks worked out. He's ready to go to the roster. Like,
just don't Bobby Roode him.
I was gonna say Elias. Honestly, say like don't put him like Elias, and
away from somebody else if you want to do a tag team match. Keep him the fuck away from that division.
Yeah.
You know you're gonna be tagging with some random heel dude. Probably gonna be Dolph Ziggler or some shit like this.
I can see it right now. Dolph Ziggler and LA Knight.
Trying to tell you, son.
Versus Elias Corbin.
Like I said, that match itself though, really good match, man. Cameron Grimes continue. I mean, he's really been a shining star in NXT, man. Whether, like I said, Drake was talking about with Drake on the on wrestling. Just even with after the whole breakout tournament, how ACH won that shit, but Cameron Grimes was the star that they were ready to push after that. And it's just seeing where he's at now with it is just like the Finn Balor shit, like the whole he's been doing so much work, man. I think this is just a great story for him to kind of like really get some just due right now, especially, you know what I'm saying, he hasn't got the North American title, none of that nature right now. This is something good for him to show, yo, commend you on the work, my guy. You know what I'm saying? And LA Knight, like you said, his work is definitely here to be seen. You know what I'm saying? He got, like I said, another year or so down here, maybe less, to be honest. Maybe less, who knows? Given we got Walter, if Walter stays on NXT, I don't know if we're gonna be getting that NXT title soon. But North American looks viable. And after that, maybe, you know what I'm saying, I'll move up. But I don't want him down there too long, though. Not too long. He's needed on the main roster for sure. But, and then I didn't catch the jump. I guess in the pre-show you had Trey Baxter versus, you know what I'm saying, Reg Holler returning. Well, not returning, but returning back in the ring. You know, so he had that crazy leg injury last year. But yeah, more than likely he probably smoked his shit. But I mean, NXT in the whole, man, it was pretty good, man. It wasn't too crazy like that. Like the women's match wasn't that crazy, but like I said, I felt Ilya Dragunov and Walter really had to show out to really kind of keep it above water, and I felt they did. I felt the main event was going to do his numbers. They both with the assignment work for them. The 2 out of 3 falls wasn't bad. It just really like there was real no like investment to really be like, yay, Kyle won type shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But other than that, man, solid NXT. Didn't really like look. It's not bad at all. I ain't gonna say that. Like they had some joints where you'd be like, what the fuck was this compared to what their expectations are. This definitely still, like the people did the work. Solid joint. I give it a good, you know what I'm saying? I'll say about 3.5 out of 5. Maybe, you know what I'm saying? 3.5 out of 5. It's not that bad for me. What do you think?
I give it a Get a 4 out of 5.
I'm just mad we ain't had no tag matches on here on the low.
I think there was a 3. 3 out of 5.
I think we all in the same round. Well, you said 3.54. But like I said, shout out to them and over there. You know what I'm saying? But let's move on to the big show of the weekend. SummerSlam.
Wow.
Hey man, West Side Gun, man. Where's that double album, man? We supposed to have a double album for the SummerSlam weekend. But nah, son. SummerSlam, he was actually there too. So what the fuck? But nah, so SummerSlam, I mean, I ain't gonna lie, man. Y'all seen it before I did. I watched it today and such.
Hold on, I'm gonna get some snacks. I can hear you though.
It wasn't that bad of a show. I'm not gonna hold you, man. I thought it was a pretty solid show. You start off with RK Bro versus AJ and Almost. What was the pre-show match? Corbin and Biggie. Terrible how they did Biggie. Like, terrible. Should not be on a pre-show. But, you know what I'm saying, get that shit out the way, I guess, man. You know what I'm saying? He's definitely going to be on the main card sooner or later. He needs to be, man. Keep him in the eye, you know what I'm saying? Instead of just backstage and on pre-shows and shit like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But, I felt RK Bro versus AJ and Almost. For that to be as short a match as it was, that was an entertaining match, man. That was a fun little match. I ain't gonna hold you.
Real talk. Randy Orton has figured out how to game Vince McMahon and make the most money while doing the least amount of work.
Very true.
Well, almost, because they weren't. Those two really didn't do shit during the match besides fall off the apron for the most part.
Exactly. Get the quick hot tag for Randy, and he ended up tagging Riddle right back in and shit. Not right back in, but nah, man, it was a fun little match though, man. Riddle was able to do what they do. They had the story with Almost getting him down out of here. AJ, you know what I'm saying, getting irate and shit like that. It was cool, man, to see it was the match. The story was who had the better chemistry. You know what I'm saying? Was it the champions or was it RK Bro? You know what I'm saying? So you got to see, especially when, you know what I'm saying, Randy hit. That was a nice RKO. The way he turned off that, he was looking like a smooth ass, you know what I'm saying, defensive end the way he hit that turn, son.
Yeah.
That was a smooth RKO off the phenomenal forearm, and the phenomenal forearm missed. Then what he tried to do, I forgot he did something, and turned around and hit the RKO. But like I said, man, smooth match, man. You see Riddle take some bumps, you know what I'm saying, heavy bumps for Randy and shit like that. It was a cool match. Like I have no real problems with it. I can't even say other than the time, man. Let's get it in, get out. You know what I'm saying? Get the people what they want. They were happy with what they got, man. Let's get out of here. Got new champs and everything.
Mm-hmm.
That was cool for me, man. Not that bad of a match, man. What did we get after that? Let me see. Let me put it actually going up. Pardon me. But I mean,
Eva Marie, if I'm not mistaken, was the next one. And
the only thing I was happy was hopefully they start letting, you know what I'm saying, Piper Niven do something on Raw after this. Obviously, she's not gonna be fucking with Eva Marie no more. So hopefully she does something after this.
I'm gonna say this now: the match was shitty. We're gonna leave it at that. I'm not gonna go into the women's division yet.
And that match was definitely cool.
That match served no purpose. It wasn't good for anything. It just really was really a bad match.
That's all. Like I said, I just wish that they really dubbed this whole fucking what is her name? The little Lily shit. This is so annoying to me, dog. I swear to God. I'm glad they didn't do that weird ass wink shit. If they did, I totally missed it. But what was the next show we had after that?
Damian Priest versus Sheamus. Now, that was actually a surprisingly really good match in ring.
Really good match. I ain't gonna lie. I thought that was gonna be a good one, man. I told you, Sheamus has not let me down these past 2 years, man. Since his return, he has really not let me down.
Yeah, I'm not a Sheamus fan, but in ring he's not bad.
You know what I'm saying? I wasn't a Sheamus fan prior to this either. And once he returned, I'm looking like, damn, son putting in some crazy work. Given what his, you know what I'm saying, medical condition was before his return, and seeing what he's been doing, I'm like, damn, yo, I gotta give him his credit, bro. And to see, you know what I'm saying, he got the title at Mania, and you know what I'm saying, he passes it on to a new. He wins it off a new guy and passes it on to a new guy at the next big show. So I gotta commend him. He's been putting over a lot of talent since his return, man. And this adds on to that, man. I ain't gonna lie, man. This run, seeing how he's gonna end it coming off this run, man. This is some like good stuff for the resume, for that Hall of Fame resume type shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But the match itself too is what even adds on, because Damian Priest is a great, you know what I'm saying, wrestler, and them two having some good chemistry like that, not even really being in a ring like that too much. That was really good to see. But neither here nor there, man. I mean, it's good that they got him on the top. I like the little speech that he had after, you know what I'm saying, let people know, land opportunity, you can do anything, all that good stuff, real positivity and all of that shit, man. Hopefully, you know what I'm saying, they can tell that shit. Never mind. You know what I'm saying? Maybe they need a Mexican champion to win the United States Championship. I want to see that.
Yeah, I think that would be lit.
I want to see that next. And then they'll do that speech. For real. Let's see how real they is. But yeah, shut up. But real talk, shout out to them, man. Damian Priest, both of them really needed a good match like that, man. Hard hitting matches that I always love for me.
Damian Priest needed something after losing the Bad Bunny buzz that he had.
Exactly. A hard hitting match like that on SummerSlam when people probably don't know you too well, like that, you know, you see is a good ass hard hitting match. Especially with the old generation. They like that type of shit.
Yeah, he looked good in the ring. He didn't look sloppy. He looked a little green. Yeah, it looked like there's some things you need to work on as far as fluidity.
You don't say so. A little bit.
But he looked eager, and he looked like he had a patch on.
The spinning heel kicks was nice.
Yeah, and let's not give the spinning toe hook that Sheamus pulled off.
Oh, the heel hook he did?
Yeah, the heel hook.
That was nice, very nice. I ain't gonna lie, I thought that was accidental. I thought he kind of like meant to do something else, and he just ended up going with that. But if that was intentional, that shit was nice.
Yeah. Well, the next match I think was the tag match, right? Usos versus
Mysterios.
And I'll be real, didn't give a fuck. And it sounds real fucked up to say this. A lot of it had to do with match fatigue, where these guys have been facing off pretty much since WrestleMania nonstop. I don't care anymore.
Only thing that was entertaining was seeing Jay light that nigga Dominic. He was lighting him. Yo.
It was fucking nasty. But I noticed the Usos have been getting a lot better in the ring.
Lots better. Like they're not playing with this run. I see. They're not turned. They see the opportunity they have right now, the eyes they have on them right now. With this storyline, they're gonna turn up from main event Jay shit to this shit. They know they have to turn up, and they definitely been putting in the work. And I think they always been ready. Look at like when they first came into now. Their bodies is different, their mindsets is different. But wrestling in the ring wise, their mindset is different.
I like the finish. I really like the finish.
I did too.
The double super kick.
Yes, I know the Bucks were somewhere looking like, but they look like them niggas connected though. You know what I'm saying? Them white Air Forces was stumping them Air Force Ones for sure.
And like they really had good in-ring chemistry between the four of them. But at the same time, it's all right. We've
seen this how many times?
Yeah, we're done with this.
Let it be over. Like I said, this is gonna be the show to end stories. Please be, because real talk, WrestleMania really should be that, but that's neither here nor there, man. Let's move on to the next joint.
The next match wasn't a match; it was an insult. And
oh my god,
Bianca getting buried.
Oh, like, that.
There was so much wrong. So first off, they had fucking Shinsuke Nakamura come out, and then cut to a fucking promo for Sasha Banks versus Bianca Belair. Had Bianca come out, then announce that Sasha's not coming out. Then have Carmella come out. Have Carmella get out in the ring, get ready to start the match, and then play Becky Lynch's music. Becky Lynch comes down to the ring, beats the dog shit out of fucking
Carmella.
Pretty much says she wants a match. That's it. Does the handshake. Like, all right, you get your match. Boom. Rock bottom. And the match. And it was, in my head, it's just like, yo, wait, hold on. So let me get this straight. You have your biggest star come back as far as a woman's wrestler. And instead of just saying, like, the smart thing to do would be to have her come out, let Carmella get squashed by Bianca, right? And have Bianca like, you know what? I'm gonna fuck like, oh, since Sasha's not coming out, cool. Boom, just fucking level this girl with the chair with her belt. Right? I'm not fighting her. I was promised the 4 horsemen. I want the 4 boom, Becky's music comes out. You get your match on, you get your setup.
Yeah, because this will be Becky, this will be Bailey now. You know what I'm saying? Sasha.
Now it's like that's the setup you need, right? And it gives you all the interesting things, all the parts you want, without having to crush and destroy your women's division.
Exactly. You definitely you smoke Carmella, is issued an open challenge. That's straight out of the WWE's playbook. I don't know why they didn't just go that route.
And
that's straight out of their playbook.
It's real shit to say this, and I don't even like the fact that this has become a thing. But she got Kofi'd. And when you say get Kofi, you have to remember what really happened. They decided that Cain Velasquez versus Brock Lesnar would make more money than Kofi Kingston versus Brock Lesnar, for real.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And it's like, and with such the quick audible, Sue was telling us that they knew a week prior that Sasha wasn't going to be able to compete. So why even continue to push this shit? You know what I'm saying? Why not, you know what I'm saying, tell us this on Friday? You know what I'm saying? It's say that, you know what I'm saying, give us Carmella versus, or not Carmella, say she's going to have an open challenge or something of that nature, right? You know what I'm saying? Me personally, I would have Carmella or Zelina Vega, one of them two, try to come out for the open challenge and have Becky, you know what I'm saying, and Gorilla smoke, like just throw one of them at Chris, pretty much what she's gonna do on the outside, and then come out to the pop. You know what I'm saying? Because she's gonna be coming. They're already gonna see going crazy, and they're gonna have to hear that music drop. She's gonna get the pop regardless. You know what I'm saying? She's been gone for a whole year. Like she's gonna get the pop regardless.
Becky was immediately getting crucified on Twitter because it's like, hey, look, this is a bad finish, and
we gotta give Becky some fault at this because knowing where her stance is now in the Gorilla, you know what I'm saying, where she can move a little bit, just a little bit more flexible with how she moves, especially how she says she moves. You know what I'm saying? For you to accept a finish like this is very nasty. Very nasty.
I'm reminded of the Chris Jericho, the story Chris Jericho talks about when he first was coming up in wrestling. He was wrestling some dude. He was cutting a promo. He went out there and he destroyed this dude on the mic, right? Belittled him, had the dude looking like shit. Came back. He's like, yo, I did good. And he pretty much told him, like, yo, all right, so here goes the situation now. If you win, you beat up a fucking loser. If you lose, you just lost to a loser. You now are in a no-win situation.
Yep. And we live by those models for like people believe in this, you know what I'm saying? The kayfabe wins and losses, that shit sticks with us.
Bianca has pretty much decimated all her competition, and she's done so with style and flair. And now it's you give her like a 30-second loss, and now it's
she's gonna have to pretty much
who's her challenger?
Down there for months to show that she can even come to step to Becky again.
Who's her challenger?
You feel me?
The thing is,
let's pull up our favorite nurse. What was Brad's name from Meet the Fockers when Meet the Parents?
Oh, Nurse Greg.
Yeah, it's our nurse Greg. What's good?
What up?
What's good?
Taking, man. What we
Saving the world. Saving the world. One
Yo,
night at a time.
We had to talk about that OF.
That OF? Nah,
Yeah,
I can't get them bars off here.
I can't get them off. Some of them work here.
I'm ready for that.
Now Tuesday, we gonna get in depth with that.
Ah, bro, you teasing, man.
Some of them work there, Gino.
He makes a valid point.
You remember that conversation we had about that shit months ago about the DNA workers and shit, bro?
That's like episode
gotta
like
get
20.
to this bag.
That's a fact. Sue, good to see you, brother.
The Cash App is just flooding back on Facebook again.
Yes, sir, son. But real quick, man. What was your thoughts on SummerSlam, man? I know you caught it. You said you was catching it at work and shit.
I caught it. Yeah, I caught a little bit at work. I caught all the ones I wanted to see. I caught Edge and Seth. I think I started off with Edge and Seth.
We can talk. What was we just talking about?
We were just talking about how the WWE betrayed all the women's roster and they hate black people.
Oh yeah. Pretty much.
Damn.
Yeah, I mean, but when don't we talk about that?
God.
We talking about Bianca. We were talking about Bianca getting squashed by Becky and shit.
They did her greasy.
Yeah, it made no sense. It really
they did her greasy. Either the only way that makes sense is if Becky's a heel.
But
she doesn't. She doesn't move. She moves on. Hey, I'm getting mine type shit.
What
you know what I'm saying?
Last night was heel shit though.
But remember, you got peep what they did. She got booed immediately.
Mm-hmm.
She had the chair going in. As soon as that happened, they started booing her and they piped in the chairs immediately.
Oh, I didn't catch that.
Yeah, you didn't see the whole front row immediately. Like what? Like
they might
went down immediately.
They might have her team up with Seth and do some like heel power couple type shit.
That's not gonna work for WWE.
I see it more so. Like I said, if they do a rematch, on Friday Night SmackDown just to bring some views over there. To after Mania, after SummerSlam SmackDown, they actually give them a match, and who knows?
Well,
you might put it back
Sasha,
on her. Or
Sasha still has to get her fade too. Sasha still needs her fade back.
So this is the two things. One, she's not going to be cleared to wrestle until next week. So Becky may get back in the ring, but we also know Becky's not really that great in the ring.
Yeah.
She's valid. No,
she's
valid.
She's good.
Like I definitely feel like one of my favorite matches for her is her and Asuka. What was that? Rumble.
Bianca Blair and her. Who's a better in the ring performer?
Oh no, Bianca. But the gap isn't that big. It isn't that large of a gap. I feel like.
I think if we're gonna compare her, Bianca, the only woman out of the four horsemen, it goes. Charlotte Flair, Bayley, Bianca, Sasha, Becky. If I'm putting the like in comparison, and Charlotte is probably the best woman wrestler on the roster.
Yeah. Her and Asuka.
I ain't gonna lie, I still probably take Becky just a little bit over. If you talk about just a performer, probably I take nah, man. Becky, she really turned it up, man. Like even outside of her first SmackDown run, like she turned it up from there.
This is a heel Becky too. Who knows? Because remember when
Becky been on that shit though, bro. When she
started that man shit, that's what I'm saying. When she started that man shit, she tried to go heel, and the crowd loved it too much that they had to pull an audible, make a face.
Now she was on that like, hey, I'm just the top dog type shit.
The person she should have popped on, it should have been her popping Charlotte.
I agree with that.
Right after she won.
Because she was on Raw. She was the Raw Women's Champion.
That's a fact.
So it made no sense.
Yeah, facts.
That's a fact.
And like again, it made no sense. Again, it made no sense for Charlotte winning. This is what I'm saying. Where it's like, yo, WWE hates their women division. And look,
there's nobody over on SmackDown that can carry that show by themselves,
bro. But they had that's the whole.
But Bianca was.
Was she?
Bianca was.
Or was it her and Sasha, or was it her and Bayley the whole time?
No,
remember Sasha was gone since Mania, bro.
That's because Bailey was there. So it was Bianca and Bailey.
And then Bailey was gone.
And then Sasha came. Remember, it's
Right,
convenient. It's conveniently there's a gap there.
But you gotta remember, Bianca was also doing this in NXT. She was also carrying the women's division out there. She wasn't. It's not like she's a bad women's wrestler.
I'm not saying she is. It's just put yourself in the mind of like one of them writer niggas, right? Would you give her the keys over someone more experienced?
If I know Becky is coming to my show, I'm not letting her squash her though. If I'm building her up, you know what I'm saying, already to show like, yo, she's our next star.
I need her to be able to be a competition. I need her to be able to be a threat later on.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? So when they do spin the block on it, it's like, oh yeah, Bianca and Becky, that gotta happen.
They're spinning the block on that soon. They have to.
That's the shittiest.
But think about it, we only want to see it now because of the situation that came because of this situation. That's why we want to see a rematch. But if we actually seen a good, like I said, if we knew it prior and they actually like, you know what I'm saying, was able to actually build something within a week. You know what I'm saying? Becky is a vet in wrestling. You know what I'm saying? She would be able to build something with Bianca within a week to at least give us something on SummerSlam. A good, you know what I'm saying,
Ari,
7 to 10 minutes, a good 7 to 5 minute match. You know what I'm saying?
Ari,
just to get
Gino,
something quick on the card.
Do you think, okay, now let's put our fantasy booking helmets on. Let's say Friday they do Bianca Becky. The winner of that match, right?
Mm-hmm.
What if Sasha gets cleared? So does that make it a triple threat?
That's why I put that 3 up earlier. But that's why I would like to see that. But then again,
because they still owe her.
If Becky, I mean, if Bianca doesn't even get pinned, I feel like that makes it even worse for her.
But
if she gets pinned or doesn't get pinned, Bianca's in the corner right now. If she doesn't get that title back, it's like SmackDown is in the corner right now. WWE/SmackDown is in the corner.
She might not see that title because Sasha she needs hers too.
And I said that to him earlier. I was like, yo, like they trying so hard to make it a pop that they made it into something they can't back themselves out of at this point.
They try to combat that CM Punk shit.
Knowing them long term, like, oh yeah, Survivor Series, we got Charlotte the champion. We can just have Becky just hold on to the title over here.
And
we like that shit so much.
Go back to the well.
Yep.
I think WWE has put themselves into the position where you go in Friday and you say, hey, Sasha versus if Sasha comes back, right? You do the triple threat. Becky can't eat the pinfall.
Do we know why Sasha wasn't cleared?
I think Sasha found out that they were planning to do this and said, "Fuck that."
I wasn't privy to. I don't think anybody was privy to that.
I think what it was, honestly, was that Sasha was supposed to get. It was supposed to be Sasha who gets knocked out like that, not Carmella.
So she pulled off another tantrum like her and Bailey at Mania.
But I think her and Bailey.
Well, tantrum is more so knowing your worth, bro.
No.
I'm not doing that.
Gino, it probably was the other way around. Bianca probably was going to be the one to get knocked out.
She did.
Well, they probably was going to have a match and then probably.
I don't think it was going to be a match involved, bro.
I think what it was going to be Bianca.
Like, you're not doing this to your champion.
So you guys thought it was going to be a squash out the gate?
They ain't doing this unless it's on purpose, bro. The way they built Bianca, they're not doing this unless it's on purpose.
It's the CM Punk shit. They wanted to combat that pop.
That's a sick way to do it, then, bro. Because like I was telling Gino, she was gonna get the pop regardless.
She was.
She was gonna get it regardless.
But it would have worked better on Raw.
This is what happened just now. They said, "Hey, AEW's we now consider them a threat," and the problem is AEW made sure that we don't compete directly on the time slot. So we gotta make it so that
that's why Becky's on SmackDown.
Fam, you know how much of a threat Vince sees them niggas? He called Lesnar back.
No, you know Lesnar. No, we already knew Lesnar was coming back.
But we didn't know
knew Lesnar was coming back.
We didn't know.
I told you Lesnar was coming back, bro.
Boogeyman come back for the right price.
That's big. That's big. Papa Brock to them when man.
And I think the reason why they brought him back was because they know how much CM Punk hates Brock Lesnar.
Does he though? Was that a storyline?
Yeah, because he took his title.
Brock Lesnar got to do everything CM Punk tried to do.
And I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, the shorts. That's Brock Lesnar.
UFC was Brock Lane.
No, I'm talking sponsors on the shorts. Like, yeah, you had people who were gonna.
Oh yeah.
Nah, you can't do that. Brock Lesnar.
Jimmy John. He did the Jimmy John.
No, why you let Brock do that? Because that's Brock Lesnar.
And he got the complexion for protection too.
Hey, I want to main event this. Well, Brock is main eventing this. Well,
nah, man, Brock got the complexion for protection, man. Shout out Gene Deal.
Yep. Well, speaking of Brock, I mean, like I said, Cena and
are you drinking pills?
No,
that's it.
Oh, I'm like, nigga.
Are you drinking pills? Like I said,
that should be crazy.
That shit was
nah, son. So how did you guys initially? So we were talking.
Tastes bad, like just chewing them up.
Just fucking them shits up like some goddamn planters.
Taking them like dice.
Fucking up Adderall over there, bro.
I ain't gonna lie, the hood nigga in me kind of does that with like everything that's like handheld like that. Just Mike and Ike Skittles. You know what I'm saying?
Before I break out of here, because I gotta go back to the post. Rating for SmackDown, for SummerSlam, I'll say 7.5. 8. I think the last 3 matches saved it for me. The last three being Edge and Seth, which was match of the night. Lashley Goldberg, which was still a pretty good match, and Roman and Cena, which delivered to me, in my opinion.
I think that was the best match of the night.
Roman Cena. I like the story they were trying to tell with Cena about how all he needed, they kept doing the roll-ups and all he needed was one chance. Like, I like that story, but
Cena, give me one more chance.
I like that was just because the sheer level of shit talking Roman was doing in the ring.
Oh my god,
bro! And this is why I want you. This is all I'm saying it. And you know what it reminded me of? Those times with The Rock in the ring, with Austin in the ring, with Triple H in the ring.
Back to that era.
Take your dealer. Like, yo, you remember how many times you hear The Rock just knock him out? Like, you jabroni. And just say they're looking at you, get your candy ass up.
That's his man.
The Rock, like Austin just saying, you dumb son bitch. Just screaming in their face and just saying, they're like, you hear it. Like, one more time, like, yo, yeah. It's like, all right.
Well, you heard when he walked in the entrance, you heard him chanting Cena. Cena looked at him and he was like, you hear that? It ain't nothing to do with you. It's me.
I was loving all the shit talking was really good. They
were
looking at that moment.
Now, what's going on? They all got new teeth. I just peeped that.
Everybody, man.
All the Samoans got that shit.
Yo, they must have called. As soon as they get new titles, new teeth. New titles, new teeth.
They got the tattoo.
NTNT.
Go see
NTNT. Fucking NFT. The niggas get NTNTs.
Because, like, I'm hearing Uso suddenly shit talking now. I'm waiting to hear Uso say nigga one time. I'm just waiting to hear it.
I'm sure they do. Not
in the ring. I think they do it around, like, white people and mulattoes. Like, I think that's where they get their best vibe.
Mulatto. Big Lotto?
Yeah. Nah, mulattoes. You know what I'm talking about, bro.
You know, me.
Oh, let's move mulatto.
Nah, I mean, mulatto is supposed to be light skinned, right?
Nah, but you don't got a white parent.
Hell no, don't wish that on me.
All right, so you're not mulatto. But
don't wish that on me.
like seeing, like, I think the Usos are kind of like that shit talk. That's what you want. You want that back in wrestling.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like,
that's why I loved when KO used to do it. Like, he was like one of the only niggas that was on the roster that was really doing that shit talking in the ring like that.
Mm-hmm. And KO did it for everybody. Like, he didn't care.
Everybody.
He did it for everybody.
Didn't matter who.
Samoa Joe too.
Yes. Sit your ass down.
Shout out to Joe, man, on that W today.
Yo, bro.
Big move.
I'm surprised they took it off of him.
I'm gonna watch that Scott Steiner promo again one time before I go to bed tonight.
Oh, the math one?
Yeah, you gotta watch it. Gotta watch it at least.
Joe don't know math, but he knows 1 + 2 = 3-time NXT champion.
Yo, I'm not gonna front. I really don't give a fuck about numbers when it comes to championship and wrestling. Just off the strength that it's not something you truly like. I don't want to take away the credit, but it's something you're awarded, not something you're earned.
It's also scripted.
Right, that's what I'm saying. It's awarded. Somebody looks and says, "We're putting it on you today." Me? Yeah. This guy got gonorrhea, so you're here. We need somebody, and we think you're gonna be here tomorrow. So to lose,
I think it's more than usual.
Right,
it's like when Mick won his off the Rock, he knew it that day when he came in. Like he knew it. Like that's not
Kane winning his title. Undertaker losing his first title.
Damn, man. Let my nigga Joe be the first time NXT.
No, I'm saying like those are just those weird
he the
numbers.
first 3 times?
Yeah.
I thought Finn was 3 times.
Nah. 2 times.
A very long first reign. Then he won the second.
Damn. Joe? I knew he was gonna wrestle again. I knew it.
Anyway, Joe got his footwork in NXT, but like we saying, man, I think it's more of a leadership move. Like we saying, it's more of a leadership move.
To give him the belt though?
Yeah, he's gonna be he's the head of the.
They're rebranding NXT. NXT is about to be gone the way you guys are thinking of it. NXT, I'm hoping they bring it back like a WCW vibe. Like that like, look, hey, we're sitting here straight storytelling. Yeah, it's not as big of a stage as WWE, like the main stage, but it's still the storytelling, same storytelling. Yeah, we can let our cruiserweights fly out here. Like NXT would be perfectly fine if they said all the cruiserweights are gonna work here on half the show, and we're gonna spend the other half working on our few big guys.
That's why I wouldn't be mad if they did like I don't never see anybody do an 1.5-hour show, but a 2-hour show where they can, add some cruiserweight, add a little bit more tag team wrestling in there.
Oh, they got main event. That's true.
So NXT.
Yeah.
But, fuck, I don't watch that shit. But nah, man. Like I said, man. But with SummerSlam though, we was talking about Roman Cena and such, but Edge and what's his name? Edge and I keep wanting to say Seth. Yo, fly as hell. That jacket was clean as a motherfucker.
The Brood entrance was fire.
I didn't like. I was hoping they were gonna go even before Edge and Christian. And do you think you know me? Do the whole.
You know why I think he came out to that? Because he wasn't gonna get fired for his actual entrance.
Oh nah, he wasn't gonna get that. When they did the change, they went crazy for it. But it was saying in the promo was like you brought this different side of Edge out pretty much. You know what I'm saying? So you had to get into it. If you talking about Seth being his like dark Messiah type shit, then the closest to that he has to that is the Brood.
His best years weren't even in the Brood anyway.
It wasn't. Like the way they were hyping him.
His best entrance was.
No, his best entrance.
True.
I get that, but the way they were hyping, the way they was doing this, and that, like Edge wasn't even the culprit.
Rated R is his best year.
Really? How long was rated R?
Because he was like 06 to when he after he
I'll give you 2010.
After he feuded with after he put Taker out of retirement, or like remember that TLC match where he like threw Taker like off the ladder?
That's 08, right?
08, 09, because he came back as a face, I believe, in 2010.
Right.
I remember when he retired.
Good 3-year run.
Yeah,
that's a good run for a heel. He won the belt like 5 times.
Yeah, I really hate this back and forth with the belt too. It's just disgusting.
Don't watch Monday Night Russo, then. Don't watch that.
But nah, Seth and Edge, man, amazing chemistry in that match, amazing storytelling.
I think that was a match that got robbed of, and we finally got it.
I think Seth should have won. My only complaint.
No, I don't think Seth needs to win.
Edge don't need it.
Edge does.
Edge is a lifetime achievement award type of. You know,
but you gotta remember, Edge. They're trying to push Edge more into like he's about to move up into like. I think Edge is, if not the next person going for the belt. I think Edge, if Roman loses to Brock. No. You don't see what they're doing with him? They're going to try and bring it all the way up to when he fights The Rock.
They're putting him through hell so that when he fights, it's a running gag. There's always a running gag now, I noticed, that at the end of all his matches, or like, someone comes out to like challenge him.
So who's next after Brock Lesnar?
The Rock.
So what's he fighting The Rock?
You see Brock at either
him and Brock have a
Survivor Series or
surprise.
Not say Survivor Series. They'll probably save it for
Crown Jewel. They're gonna go fight at Crown Jewel
because you have the nuance.
October, right?
You have the nuance of Heyman. Heyman is now, you know what I'm saying? Like, he's caught in the middle of this.
Mm-hmm.
So does he go back with Brock, or you know what I'm saying? Like,
but that's what I was saying with Sue. The way it panned, it really felt like the whole CM Punk situation all over again. Not like not the backstage shit, but like just
Heyman's gonna turn on him.
But that's where I was like, in this situation, I don't think so, because like I don't think he wants Heyman. You know what I'm saying?
He can't talk without him.
You sure about that?
They're doing pretty good without him.
Brock got quotables.
He can't talk without Heyman.
Brock got quotables.
Come on, Brock? No.
I don't give a shit about your kids.
That's one in what? 6 years?
And nobody said anything better in a good while.
Suplex City.
Suplex
City, bitch. Bruh, those are embedded in wrestling history.
Man, you give the 2 years, that missionary line is going to be embedded in history.
That missionary line is fire, though.
WWE don't even know if they want to keep that shit or not.
It was in the promo.
That's what I'm saying. They don't know if they want to keep it or not. They took it off the YouTube shit. No, you gonna use it on a pay-per-view. Like,
I'm out. The shit that had me crying was during the NXT shit when they showed Samoa Joe. It's like, I don't even want the title. I just want to fuck him up. And I was in tears. Like,
oh my god, yeah, I don't want a title. I just want to fuck him up. Like, it felt like I was like watching like the fucking Warriors shit. We're like, yeah, I don't even want to care about these kids. I just wanted to pull up to the show. Like,
really on that shit. He on that. That's
why Joe will forever be golden in our generation, bro. All right, bro. Nigga got an OBJ headband on. This is sick, nigga.
Man, I'll see y'all Tuesday, man. Tuesday. We got a packed show Tuesday, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir. It's gonna be a lit show Tuesday.
Definitely.
Y'all be easy, brother. You know what I mean? Bang, bang.
Yes, sir. Back to the two screens.
All right. So, where were we?
But back to back in the sequence. I think we were talking about
Drew McIntyre
and Jinder Mahal. I mean,
Jinder Mahal was the next match after the
solid, not bad, but solid. It wasn't nothing I really need to rave about though.
No care.
Yeah.
No care.
Nothing to really rave about. Like I said, the story, we knew what was supposed to happen. Like, storyline was inevitable to happen. Like, it was good to put it. They both were there. The fans wanted to see it. Y'all got it. Let's move on now. Y'all got what y'all got. Did y'all like it? Y'all didn't. Y'all did. Who cares? Let's move on from this shit. Drew does not need that shit. Me personally, Drew does not need that shit. He needs to either, you know what I'm saying, I would like to give him a U.S. title, or he needs to switch brands or something, do something, because they're gonna get tired when he's in the title picture. So what else can you really do with him? You know what I'm saying? Unless you turn him back heel, which I think needs to happen.
The match could have been better.
It could have been, but who cares? Like, nobody really had any high expectations for the match in the first place. You know what I'm saying? Like, nobody who really has high expectations for a Jinder Mahal match.
Jinder Mahal.
Okay.
And that's about Vince, Kevin Dunn, them niggas. That's it.
Yeah. So I think the next match was the Raw's Women's Championship, which
for me, for a triple threat, you know you was gonna get a triple threat on one of these cards. Good match for me. I ain't gonna lie. It was a good match. I thought, you know what I'm saying, I had a good match. Like the little double, the DDT you had with Nikki. She had a little not kip up moment, a little psych up moment outside where she did the cross body and she turned up really loud and shit like that. Then you had Charlotte do the same thing where she reversed the suplex into the DDT. Like, it was little good parts in the match where I was like, okay, they really into the shit, the story wise and such like that. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, when you got women like Charlotte in the ring, Nikki Crosby, you know, can get it in the ring. Rhea Ripley's shoulder on worth in the game right now. I ain't really have too many, like, you know what I'm saying, reasons to feel like it was going to be a bad match. It was really, I was looking at how they were going to, what was the finish going to look like. And I really thought Nikki was going to win this shit. I'm going to keep it tall with you.
I think this, again, is indicative of, I'll be real, these two women matches probably cost WWE more fans than got the fans.
Especially what we've seen with how them fans reacted to Nikki in Chicago. This is very weird for them to do this.
Yo, they started booing immediately again. Like all the women's matches got booed.
In this case, in the sense of, you know what I'm saying, the heel, you know what I'm saying, I can see why they're booing it, but this was a really weird decision because why have Nikki do all of this, get the title, and then lose it? So what the fuck is next? If she already gets the title, she's almost superhero, all of this stuff, gets the title, and then loses it. So what does that do for her character now? You know what I'm saying? Like,
and I think the way she lost as well, it's a submission is a yield.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that's like when Batman got his back broke and had to literally, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you said, like, damn, that nigga really just, like, got his shit beat the fuck up and couldn't do shit about it. You know what I'm saying?
It just, again, like, and it's like watching it, it's like, you know what? I'm not gonna lie. Like, watching these two things go down is just like, I already know WWE doesn't give a fuck about a lot of things, but they're trying to push the women's division as a serious thing, and then they do wonky finishes for it.
Exactly. Like,
I'm glad. I'm honestly glad there was no surprise roller finishes, right? Like shit like that. But it's your Raw tag team titles haven't been defended in ages. Yeah, now you're finally defending them, but okay, match. The SmackDown tag team division stagnant. There's no point in even having the titles there. It's just the Usos and the Mysterios at this point.
Exactly.
You know, and like as you're going through WWE and you're just going through the title pictures and the wrestlers, it's starting to see like, well, look, besides 3 titles, they really don't give a fuck.
Not at all. And that's why I said don't focus on certain storylines and just like, well, we'll put a little focus on that when we get to there. Oh, here, go put that nigga on there. The nigga that probably don't really have no fucking experience on those stories. Put him on that storyline. You know what I'm saying? Like, shit like that, man. It's really nasty, bro. And this, like, matches like this is, like I said, good match itself, but the outcome and where y'all want to go with it, you know what I'm saying, the vision is I can't get with it. I can't get with it. It's like you sell me one thing and then you pull the rug from under me. That's it. You're playing with my intelligence. You know what I'm saying? You show these kids, okay. Now again, if you're talking about heel and face shit with the you're gonna tell me Nikki and, you know what I'm saying, Charlotte about to have the feud for the, you know what I'm saying, the 4th quarter going into Survivor Series, then all right, I can roll with this thing. You know what I'm saying? This is gonna have a bigger outcome later. But if this just moves on and we're going to get more Rhea Ripley and Charlotte after this, and you move Nikki on to some other shit, then it's like, what the fuck?
Like, this is already making me stop liking Rhea Ripley. And it's not because she's not a good wrestler. It's because
she hasn't earned shit on the main roster.
Wait, you mean to tell me, like, what happened to Shayna Baszler?
She's been next in line for I don't know how long.
Like, there's a lot of people where it's like you had these nice setups and you just nothing.
You was talking about that with Liv.
Nothing. And then it's now I think, and it's just like where's this going?
Like,
should I really start investing my time into this, or should I stop?
when is the shakeup happening? Because if it's for the shakeup, where okay, you want to have your main champions be when the new storylines happen, these are your main champions. For whenever these new people, you know what I'm saying, come in, new storylines flush in and such on and so forth, I can understand that. But we don't have even an official date of this draft or any of that nature. You know what I'm saying? Shakeup or whatever.
You could have put the person who you want to be going for the title on, like, say for example, no, never mind. There's so much they could have done, and I think they just aren't doing that, and they're going for low hanging fruit, and I get it.
And you know, a triple threat match is always a scapegoat for WWE, just to push the story off. Yeah. Always. But let's move on to the
We already discussed the Edge and Seth Rollins with Loso.
Yeah. So like I said, man, shout out to them. That was, like I said, my favorite match of the night. Like I said, great, you know what I'm saying, entrances, like the pedigree from the spear was fire. You know what I'm saying? Edge pulling out all of the old moves you know what I'm saying? That was dope. When he pulled out the educator, that made me feel like an old ass motherfucker for sure, bro. I used to love doing that move, bro. But great match, man. Really great match. They did their numbers for them, man. Shout out to Edge. He's knocking it out the park on this return, man. I cannot lie. From Mania to Money in the Bank to this. Royal Rumble, Mania, Money in the Bank to this. He's on a fucking roll right now, yo. So shout out to Edge, man. Shout out to Seth. Continuing to show he can mess with really anybody. Legends, new guys, like anybody. He's really like very, very, I don't want to say underrated, but I feel like people really don't give him enough credit though, because he really needs to be looked at as like one of the top guys in WWE. You know what I'm saying? I feel like he's really like that, but for me, man, like if Roman did not pull back up, I feel Seth would be in that space right now.
Oh, definitely.
Most definitely, man.
But the next match was probably, so like I said, I think it was in ring was what you expected. It was two guys pretty much tossing each other around. I didn't think Goldberg was going to be wrestling for a long time. So the finish spot on. And this is how
when I rewatch it and I think about it, I can see why you like it. It's like really you just dismantled this man.
Right. It was, hey, now we can get him the fuck out of there. Pack him the fuck up. Get him the fuck out.
Yeah. Fuck all.
I don't need to see Goldberg on my screen for at least another 2 months.
That's a fact. And if he does, he need to come back with a crutch.
Right. He needs to be coming back. And when he comes back, he can just cost Bobby Lashley a title. That's it. And then with spear, Goldberg pull up. Oh my God, it's Goldberg through the crowd. Boom, spear. Oh my God. I walk out. Instantly, hey, you know what? I'm going to fight this guy next. Lose to him. And call it a day.
Or even if you do the whole, like, you know what I'm saying, pull up. Hey, you got that. You know what I'm saying? But I'll be back. I'm going to get my leg fixed, blah, blah, blah. Come back with the crutches or something like that. Or if they catch him slipping, beat him down with the crutch, you know what I'm saying? Something like that. Let's show that, yo, he's really vulnerable right now. Right. And then you had that 1 week where he's on the crutches and then he just drops the joints, hits him with a spear, and you know, okay, now we know we're getting a rematch. The rematch is definitely set up. You know what I'm saying? They're not gonna let Goldberg go out like that.
It might be Saudi Arabia, and I'm hoping it's not.
It more than likely is because I don't want to see this at Survivor Series.
No. Yeah.
If they're gonna do Roman and Bobby, then go do Bobby and Roman at Survivor Series.
Then. And I think I'm saying that would be the perfect time for Goldberg to pop up.
Yeah. Oh, pop back up.
Go to Survivor Series, like it's about to be a match. It looks like Bobby has the match won. You know what I mean? Boom.
That keeps Roman safe. Keep Roman safe.
Spear out of nowhere. So you don't know. And it's like you got them both trading the moves. So they both.
Oh my God, 3 spares in the ring. Jesus Christ.
Right, and that'd be enough. Be real. Like you just see he comes in. Roman, like Bobby hits Roman with a chair, right? Throws the chair out the ring. He's about to get up. He's sitting there getting ready. He goes to do the spear. Goldberg comes, levels him. Ref turns around, sees this, calls the DQ. But it's, you know what I mean? It's like, hey, well, no one wins. I was like, well, you're about to get spared. Well, he hit me with a chair. He cheated. So, you feel me?
Yeah, I feel you on that. So I was sitting there kind of thinking like, yo, what if you just had this where, all right, Goldberg hits Bobby with that spear, tries to hit Roman also, misses, but Roman hits that, you know what I'm saying, kind of levels him with that Superman punch or even a spear, you know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like I want to see that match, the triple threat of that, just because it's there. It can have I want to see what money they can get with that.
I want to do the quadruple, the fatal 4-way.
Oh, throw Edge in this too? Shit. You might as well on the lowest of keys. Like, that sounds stupid, but it could low-key work. It could low-key work, given the participants. And it being Survivor Series, or even if you do it on the little shake-up show. You know what I'm saying? Who knows? But I'm not going to act like I want to see, what's his name, Goldberg on my TV like that, so I'm not about to be capping.
I love the fact that the crowd was cheering as Goldberg was getting hit with the shit.
Yeah, let's keep it tall. We don't fuck with that nigga like that.
That shit made my day. Like, I was like, yes, all right, everyone agrees Goldberg shouldn't be on TV.
Peace to the God, but nah.
It's not even like as if I hate Goldberg or anything like that. It's just he's past. It's time for young people to be in that business. Let them go.
And no, not being crazy. That's how I felt about Jeff Hardy.
I agree with that. Well, I would say more so sober people for Jeff Hardy, but yeah. But so moving on, the next match was none other than my guy John Cena.
John Cena.
Roman's entrance. While I like it, that John Cena entrance was. I'm mad that we still He said he was bringing back Dr. Thugonomics, and we haven't gotten that.
Oh, the closest you got to that was a black T-shirt.
And this shit has been pissing me off. I don't want to see Super Cena. I want Dr. Thugonomics. I want Ruthless Aggression.
I think he's giving us Ruthless Aggression. No, I wouldn't say he give us that.
This one sounded like a bum fighting for a sandwich. All I need is just one chance.
Oh, no, that last promo. That last promo, yes.
Yes, we live, Jared.
What's good, God? But no, it sound like entrance the
Cena's entrance, obviously
16 up shit. I ain't even peeped the 16 up shit till Sue showed me because I'm like, hey, that's just this hat. Like, I don't want to fucking see this hat. I'd rather them show me the little Mario symbol.
With the jersey, the back of it was showing all the championships.
I need that shirt, man. I don't want no NFT shit.
Fans had the 16 up shit on it.
All of that shit was fire, bro. Fucking NFT shit, bro. I need that shit.
And I think I really liked the match. It was a good match. It was what
showed a lot of Roman strength, like as it should. Like show, like no, I am the dominant force in here. Like I'm younger, stronger, faster. Let it be shown.
I would say, yeah. And it was a really good. Really good, not slugfest, but slamboree, if you would. Like we're just slamming each other around, shit talking each other. It was almost at the level of Hulk versus Rock. As far as like, yo, this is just two
megastars.
Yeah, to a current icon. Well, I mean, The Rock was so much bigger than Roman.
Yeah, but if you're talking about just in this ring, in the WWE sense, I feel you though.
So it's like you have two people who are just like all eyes are on us. Let's tear down the roof, and you had a good show.
It really was, man. Like I said, for me, I really like seeing. Like only thing I didn't like all the roll ups. I ain't gonna lie. I did get it for the story, though. I did get it, but I didn't really like it.
I didn't like it because I already knew what the ending was.
Right. It was like, come on. Like, how many roll-ups are you going to do?
Not even that. It was just, we already know ending match, Roman's winning because of the stipulation you put.
Oh, yeah, son. I ain't even peeped the stipulation to the promo package. I ain't swear to God I didn't hear that shit on the Go Home show. You're like, oh, no.
I'm leaving.
I was like, what? Boy, please.
He's winning.
Right.
Guaranteed win.
Like that was a funny one. Y'all try because y'all really fucked yourselves up with that one. Y'all let the cat out of the bag as soon as he said that shit. Like y'all know for sure he's never they turning Becky heel has been reported.
That doesn't even, they can't turn Becky heel. What happened is that this is the truth, Loso. They wanted Becky to come off and still have that nice pop.
You know what I'm saying? So she's the man, she's strong as shit.
They thought that the crowd was gonna go behind her like how it happened with Brock and Kofi. And what happened was they looked on Twitter and seen that Becky and Bianca were trending on Twitter for all the wrong reasons. And now it's like, well, we gotta turn Becky heel and we gotta get this title off her next month. Or else, hey, we just gave AEW a whole installed fan base that's gonna watch. If I'm AEW, it's not all right. So I want to say, all right. One, Jared said heel Reigns versus face Lesnar, but fuck all that. Bianca got shit on. 2 girls, no cup. So, common sense though is that Becky has to be heel for this to work somehow. For this to somehow work, right? And I'm gonna be honest with you. Common sense was you don't squash your champion.
That's off rip. That's why I said if Becky has some type of pull like she says she has, you're not doing this to her champion because you know for sure you're not. For what Becky went through in those 2016 periods, 2015 periods, where she was just literally like bottom of the barrel on SmackDown. Why would you let some shit like this slide? Like, come on.
And I think we've reached a point where we're able to acknowledge WWE realize some shit. What they originally planned was, hey, Becky got this huge pop. She's gonna come over. She's gonna win. The crowd's gonna go crazy for her. And then on SmackDown, we're gonna announce her new thing, and we're gonna keep Becky as a face because her merch sells like crazy.
Mm-hmm. Was it the Becky Vegas shirts? You're gonna have the man in this city, man, and that. Nah, fuck all of that.
What happened was this happened and immediately got booed.
I tried the same exact formula with Seth when he came back, and he came back loved as a face. Not that loved. He immediately turned him heel. It was a disaster. It's actually vice versa.
Ironically, about to try with his jaw.
It's actually vice versa. They did not love it.
Pick that back up. I want to look at that second and last word. John, hey, Loso, since when you been a Philly nigga? I just want to know since when Loso been a Philly nigga. I'm setting up for this. Let's go, brother. Huh?
How you know I shop at Charge? That's that boutique shop right there, boy. Tarjay. But son, like I think with that is actually vice versa. When Seth came back, they wasn't fucking with that babyface shit. They wanted heel Seth. And when they finally got it, look where we at now. He's having amazing matches, amazing, you know what I'm saying, promo, all that stuff, man.
The thing is, he doesn't have a title on him. And I think
that's true. That's very true. Very telling. Very telling.
I get you want to pick up back up momentum with Becky, but honestly, if I'm Vince, I would put her on Raw.
That's where she should have been. She left off Raw. She left her title on Raw. You come back for your title that's on Raw. And look who you're coming against.
Charlotte should have been getting ready to fight Bianca Belair because if there's any woman who you want to put to like Bianca to lose to, and for it to be an okay loss, would have been Charlotte Flair.
You already set it up for that notion, should we?
She could eat the heat. She can eat
that. But that's one thing I will say about Becky. I think she can eat that heat also.
We'll see. Because Becky
this Friday is going to be she coming in on some Roman type shit after he beat Undertaker on some like, yo, come on.
Listen, this is the difference. Roman beat Undertaker, there was no alternative.
True.
Now it's like, oh yeah, yo, you beat somebody. Whoa. You were at home with your baby during the pandemic. You are home being a mom. Nobody's knocking you for it. But this person's been on TV for the last year and a half, really holding shit down. Now you just shat on her. You shat on all the other ladies that were here holding down this entertainment venue for you.
But he'll mind. That is the thing she could say in her defense was the fact that she did come home. You know what I'm saying? Big facts, son, chain and all. You heard? You know what I'm saying? But the fact that she did come home from having a baby, doing that, and can come back and win a championship like that, can say that's the reason why she's been at the top, the reason why she's the man, such on and so forth. You know what I'm saying? Just heel shit.
I would agree with you on that. But then you have it compounded with Charlotte Flair beating Nikki Ash.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, okay, we put two of the four horsemen back on championships.
But that's the thing. And that's the thing is like, I agree with you on that because like you already built the babyface up to win the titles. Then you just snatch it back. So are you building somebody else up new for this, or are you going to continue to build? Like, how much more do you got to build until you want them to hold the shit down?
Right.
You feel me?
But
my main. I think that's my. I can see that's one of my main problems with the women's division. They never want to give a woman the time to actually hold the shit down. They've seen Becky do it, and they just holding on to the shit now.
I think though, for SummerSlam, the highlight of the night obviously was Brock Lesnar popping back up, looking like Goro, and
Woo!
It was amazing.
Son, he looked like when he first came back, it was a little, you know what I'm saying, not a gut, but it wasn't like, oh, Brock, crazy nigga physique, you know what I'm saying, godlike specimen shit. He kind of looked like that again. Like, I ain't gonna lie, bro. Like, from seeing them pictures, he's in them random like farmhouses and shit. Like, he just sitting there just lunging old fucking frozen dead cows and shit, bro. Like, he's about to come back on some shit, B.
Brock looked like he's ready to be a problem again. And
I missed Brock. I'm one of the few. I miss Brock in the WWE.
I'm missing full-time Brock. Not this.
I feel you on that. But I grew to appreciate what he does the time he's here.
I've come to realize, like, while Brock Lesnar is entertaining, it
ain't Here Comes the Pain.
Nah, he came out there dressed like Dean Ambrose, so I already know it's gonna be.
Yo, even worse though, the shoes, my nigga, bro, the shoes.
Bro, I think
he kicked his wife in them shoes, bro.
I think
get your ass in a goddamn barn house for this goddamn shindig. It's a hold on. It's a goddamn shindig.
I think we're gonna get
no Viking Lesnar slander.
I think this
Valhalla vibe.
This promo build up that they're about to do is gonna be pretty good, and I'm kind of excited. But speaking of promos, the main event of the weekend happened Friday night.
Yes, sir, man. I'm gonna pull it up. I just want to hear some of the clips from him, man, because he was talking some really good shit, man. Like, but go ahead, man. Finish the intro. I didn't mean to cut you.
No. Go ahead.
But no, like you said, the big event of the real talk. SummerSlam and NXT was dope, but this is really still, I feel, the biggest news of the weekend.
I think CM Punk coming back, while it's been excited. I mean, I've been following, his story with a perverse level of interest. Not so much more intrigued about him being like coming back in the ring wrestling, but more so about what the ongoing of is, why is he left and everything like that. But this was a really good promo. It felt very natural. It felt like this was a lot of what he wanted to say to the fan. I think this was one of the final few times he actually got to sit down and actually talk to the fan. So it was very unique and very like, okay, I'm here. Let's breathe it in. Like he's been back on Fox and stuff like that. And you could tell he wasn't comfortable. But I think it's good to see that he's come back now and he's he's turned himself into this guy that
he's just here for the people. Like I'm listening. I'm a man of the people.
He wanted to be back ass.
And while looking through for the video, I see that Stephen Amell from Arrow, you know what I'm saying, Arrow or the new show Heels that I gotta catch up on. I gotta start watching that shit now that I'm done with.
I'm waiting for the first season to complete.
So you're gonna binge it?
Yeah.
Okay. I need a new show. I might catch up on it on a weekly. Me too. But he said that this show was the reason why CM Punk came out of retirement, which I wouldn't be surprised. Like if anybody know, he's a character on the show, plays a wrestler with another female as an intergender tag team, I believe. But I wouldn't be surprised, man. Just getting in that feeling, doing a training and such, probably just showing some people the way of doing certain things. Probably just be like, damn, man, kind of missed this shit a little bit, man. Let me go call these dudes up and see what they talking real quick. What the fuck they really talking? You know what I'm saying? If I'm gonna really put because in a sense, I think for him is like, once again, where I was talking about with Brian Artest, where for the Malice in the Palace documentary, where he says he loved basketball so much that he really gave his all into it, where it was kind of a detriment to himself at times. Where I think that is a lot where God, these guys who are very passionate with what's the name? Yeah, very passionate about the wrestling shit, that they want to give their all, do the craziest things to break outside the box, any of that nature. And
now you hate
it really it tends to hurt them. Let me see. All right, he pushing 50. We can't expect them to work. I mean, that's neither here nor there, man. You never know, man. You see things that Jericho's been doing over the years since he's left WWE. Like AJ at his age, man, it's all about your health and your mindset, bro. What you really want to do with this shit, man, going into this.
I think when it comes to the CM Punk shit, it's not so much like he said on the promo. He had to leave the place that made him sick.
Exactly. He gave so much to trying to, you know what I'm saying, that it's like it hurt him. That's what I was trying to get to say.
And I think when you talk about how unique CM Punk's situation was you have a guy who everyone's been waiting for like almost a decade, like the last 7 years for him to come back. Has it been 7 years?
It's been about 7 years, man.
Yeah, the last 7 years for him to come back. They've been waiting for. He's in a promotion which has a whole bunch of eyes on him, and he was in his hometown. Everyone's been speculating him coming back. He's been getting a lot of time. People have been talking about him. And when he comes back, you're in your hometown, perfect pop, perfect storm. He had nothing. There was nothing he can do wrong that night. But the only thing wrong he could do was just not show up.
But see, Loso, they're not borderline. They're not just strong style. That's the thing. So you got luchadors on there. You got strong style. You got technical wrestlers on there. You got hardcore wrestlers on there. It's so many different styles on there that a guy like CM Punk coming from ROH, where you had that same type of shit, all of those different styles, he low-key back in home where it's like, it's so many different lanes I can jump into. And the lane that he's going to jump into first is Darby Allin, which is one of the best ones to do.
No. I was waiting for you to say this shit. Bro, look.
I thought this was a really nice style clash.
You rarely hear me vehemently say no to you in such a manner. You rarely even get loud like that. Like, as far as towards you. But I must say, and I have to stop this fuckery right now, because Darby Allin does not need this. He doesn't. Who's he up in the rafters with?
Sting.
So does he really need the rubbers? Maybe somebody else.
I mean, I don't think that he needs the rubber. I think Punk wants to. That's the guy he wants to start his shit with, though.
No.
That's intriguing him.
I feel you. It does seem like an interesting match. But if you're looking at CM Punk, and I'll tell CM Punk off bat, like, hey, look, you want Darby Allin, that's fine. But we want you to wrestle someone else first. Pick someone else from the roster who hasn't gotten to work with a veteran, multiple veterans.
But Punk doesn't. I mean, but AEW does not have that leverage.
No, but I mean, you can say that to him. Like, look, hey, you please come on.
You got that on the next go round. Like Punk Mox definitely has to happen. You know what I'm saying? You know you're gonna see probably Kingston and Punk cross paths from just some indie shit. You know what I'm saying?
No, I think Punk wants to wrestle people who are a little bit more clean.
I know, but you know, it's just that's more old school shit. You know what I'm saying?
I think where we're gonna get, and it's gonna be a while down the road.
You know, Dean and Moxley gonna cross paths just off that Shield shit.
I think we're gonna get Punk versus Omega, and I think it's gonna be a year from now.
I think we even get Punk versus Black.
I think Punk versus Buddy Murphy is what I would want to see going in first.
I like that. That's if I mean I really.
I think that would be. I know. Fuck Jungle Boy in this scenario. I knew somebody was gonna bring him up too. No, Jungle Boy don't need the rub. Jungle Boy has plenty. What didn't he just win a fucking? He has a guaranteed shot at what title?
Tag team, right?
No, he won the Casino Royale.
Yeah, he already lost that.
Yeah.
Kenny made work of that.
But what I'm saying is he had that shot.
That's a fact.
So this is what I'm saying.
You got to continue to build, though.
Right. I'm not saying you don't continue to build. What I'm saying is, at certain points, certain people don't need that meteoric rise. Darby Allin is already scheduled, is like set up to be somebody in AEW. Like all right, perfect example. Everyone's saying MJF is the greatest heel and shit, and it's like, is he, or has he just been set up to work with the greatest heels they have already?
He's been set up after they felt like a lot of people started feeling like he's one of the best heels in the game right now.
All right, so before everyone started feeling like he was the best heel in the game, I'm being real. Who was he? When AEW first started, who was he going up against?
First feud was against first big feud was against Adam Page for the ring shit, and then the tournament. So that was the first big feud. Then when you say after that, will you say Moxley?
You barely that, yeah. But for the most part, he's just been hanging out with established stars. And
they let him rock early though, bro. They let him rock early by himself, man. That's where we get the Bret Hart line. He was dolo when he did that shit.
No, I'm not saying he's not. I'm not saying he's not good.
No, I agree. I don't think nobody's saying that. I feel you though. What you're saying is like you don't want to push him too far where it feels forced.
Right, and that's not that it feels forced. I'm not saying that either. It's just you've already used this idea of stars, using old stars to establish people. But you had this dude fucking feuding with Cody, right?
Cody picked him.
You had him feuding, teaming up with Chris Jericho, then feuding with Jericho.
So we talking about MJF or
MJF.
Oh, okay.
MJF, right? You've had him shit talking Kenny Omega. You've had him shit talking the Elite. You know what I mean? You've had him shit talking the Jurassic Express. And I get it. He's a good guy. He has a lot of pizzazz. He has a lot of chemistry. But it's a lot of the people he ends up working with were people who are already established. And you're comfortable.
Look at his age, though. He should be working with people.
No, I'm saying you're comfortable using him to do that, to using stars to establish. So why not use established stars? Not like CM Punk. I wouldn't even be mad if he was playing. He was like, you know what? Oh, first match, I'm going up against the Scorpio Sky or some shit. You know what I mean? Where it's like, nah, the Scorpio Sky can wrestle your pace. I'm not saying. Are
you buying that ticket though, bro?
No, I'm not. What I'm saying is, I'm not saying that's the ideal.
And I love Scorpio Sky. I'm
the
Scorpio Sky up here, but he's not set up for that. He should be though. He should be.
I'm not saying that's the ideal matchup.
I feel you. I feel you though.
There's people on that roster who need that rub.
Very true.
Orange Cassidy doesn't need that rub.
Ethan Page could do something like that. You talk about heel versus face,
right?
And Page needs that rub right now.
There's
coming up what him and Darby Allin did.
Like, and it's.
But I can't. Like I say, I still do like the dark, like
I'm not saying that
what's unsettling is just the whole best in the world thing around it. It's just where it's like, if you're gonna do that, then it needs to like no bias or nothing, like because y'all know Kenny Omega my guy, but you talk about best in the world shit, then that conversation needs to go to Kenny Omega. Then you know what I'm saying? If you talk about calling somebody out,
no.
or somebody calling out that best in the world shit, you know what I'm saying? Kenny Omega could have been calling CM Punk out.
And I'm gonna be real. As much as I like Kenny Omega,
that's all the slogan shit.
Kenny Omega calling out CM Punk isn't gonna ever work. And it's not
because of the situation he's in now, or is it just in general?
A little bit of both. So off rip, it's if you know enough about wrestling, I think Kenny Omega, I think he's one of the greatest stars to ever exist in this sport. He's not turning down offers from Vince McMahon. He's not turning down offers from he's not saying walking away at the top of the game saying, I'm not fucking with you guys and going to do his own thing. So CM Punk is in a whole different level when it comes to his peers, where it's like, oh yeah, no, I've been at the height and decided you weren't treating me fair and just get the fuck out of there. I'm not one of those people. I'm a wrestler's wrestler. So when I say I'm the best in the world, it's not I'm the best in the world because I'm doing V triggers left and back and snapdragons left back and back. I'm the best in the world because my peers think I'm the best in the world. The fans recognize me as the best in the world. My mic skills are the best in the world. And I have all the other accomplishments to back it up.
You could say the same thing for Kenny. When you say the commentators say that, his fans today say that, that's where you get the heat that comes with them, because the people say his fans are irate where they think he's the best in the world and all of that nature and such on and so forth. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of his peers do feel like that. You know what I'm saying? Where people come to him, yo, Kenny, right after the Christian match, he said, yo, he really is one of the best competitors I ever wrestled and such like that.
Oh no, I don't think
people do give it up. So that's why I said when you say those things, the same things I said. That's why I'm like, it lines up. But when you say, but with the title situation, it kind of puts it in the corner where it's like, damn, is he gonna take? Nah, you don't want to do that right now because AEW don't want to be in that light, and I don't want doesn't want to be in that light.
I don't think you want Punk to win the title right now.
Yeah, I don't even think Punk wants to be in that light right now.
Punk should win that title to 2023.
Yeah, you got to let him put in something like like I said. We got to remember a lot of these guys are here to help the future of the company. You know what I'm saying? The guys coming up and such. So I'm not expecting these guys to be, you know what I'm saying, running for titles like it's, you know what I'm saying, TNA in 05 and 06 and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? I'm not looking at it like that. It's not what I'm really seeing.
Hold on, pardon me. Jarrett, what the fuck do you think is going on with the FTW belt? Please put it down. I want to see what you think is going on with that.
Yeah, I don't know, because I just know my boy Ricky Starks is he's just holding that shit down and is using it for more TV time.
Right, and that's a nigga who like Ricky Starks is a good wrestler.
Very good wrestler. Very good wrestler too.
I think he should definitely, like, again, it's like I get the problem is AEW is getting very close to saying we're gonna have the same 6 people on TV every week. That's why
I think they really needed Rampage.
And
they really needed Rampage.
And there's nothing wrong with saying, hey, the Elite aren't gonna be on this episode.
Right, like you got.
It's okay to say, like, hey, you know what?
They might just be subjected to a backstage segment for that one night, and that's it. 2 backstage segments, and that's it. You know what I'm saying? They don't always have to be, you know what I'm saying, the biggest presence in the ring all the time. You know what I'm saying? Especially if you're champions. You know what I'm saying? You could take a show off.
And it's not even just. It's. I'm trying to word this correctly. There's a certain level of AEW is becoming a bit too saturated with talent and not saturated with storylines. So when you're bringing in highly talented people who can tell stories, you kind of get excited with wishcrafting, where it's like, yo, I wish this guy's getting into the story with this guy. I wish this guy getting into with this guy. I wish this guy getting the story this line. And realistically,
you don't got enough space for all of that shit, or enough time for all of this shit.
Not enough space, not enough time. And as I'm thinking now more and more, it's like, yo, hold on. They have a shit ton of people who still need TV time to tell their story. You got AEW Dark, Grand Rampage.
The last time we seen Ethan Page and Scorpio Sky since the tag match at Double or Nothing was when they beat down Lance Archer. At least together, doing something together as a team or whatever they are. You know what I'm saying? They are an amazing team. Like, if you put them together, what they are as characters, they should be in the tag team ranking right now. You know what I'm saying? Making moves. But they're subjugated to just beating down, you know what I'm saying, dudes for random ass niggas that's coming in. You know what I'm saying? Like, this shit is a little weird. Like, so TV time is very needed for a lot of great stars. Like, you know what I'm saying? Why did you, once again, the whole brass ring shit that Scorpio Sky won was for nothing.
Yeah.
It's for nothing.
I think what we kind of reached the point now where AEW has to start doing something with the storylines they've been building up, or they're just useless payoffs.
Exactly. The thing is, like, I love that they give us fan service. Freaking CM Punk is one of the biggest pieces of fan service in wrestling history right now. You know what I'm saying? But it's some of the little things that we still have to make sure is kept tight and nicely knitted, you know what I'm saying, to keep that foundation right. I'm always big on keeping the foundation of what people loved you for. When we seen MJF versus Jungle Boy that first time and seeing how great that match was, seeing Sammy Guevara versus who the fuck did he wrestle? Fuck. Who was it?
The luchador he just wrestled recently. That was a fucking match.
Fucking crazy. But just seeing the young talent that you had saying, yo, this is our future right here. Seeing Adam Page and Kenny Omega go together, saying, yo, Adam Page is our future right here. Let's make sure we're staying focused on those guys. It's not saying that they are, because Sammy Guevara is doing very well. Johnny Boy is doing very well. All the guys are doing well, but let's not make sure they don't get lost in the fold. We don't want y'all to. We seen the past. We all should know how shit been like that from the WCWs, TNAs. All of these places that want to bring big stars and forget about the younger guys. You know,
I think the smartest thing would be, like, look, if you're not on the two main shows, network TV, you're gonna be on Dark.
Right. And they do have good matches on it. Like, shout out Daniel Garcia from the town. You know what I'm saying? He's been having some good matches on. I think he just faced Matt Sydal, I believe. Main event for there. You know what I'm saying? They got good talent down there, so it's not like you're not going to get good eyes if you're having some good matches down there.
So this is my prediction. I think with CM Punk and how SummerSlam actually went down,
CM Punk put
Takeover went down. From what I hear, Adam Cole doesn't have a non-compete. So he
NXT choice only like 30 days.
No, he doesn't have a non-compete, so he might be on AEW like Wednesday, Friday.
That would be crazy. That would be insanity at its finest.
Right. If he pops up Wednesday, it's like, you know what, I haven't decided, you know, and then pops up at AEW with Britt Baker. That's it.
And we forgot to bring that up. He did the lockjaw in this match too. I don't know. I noticed that. So I was like, oh, okay. I'm peeping. But nah, man. CM Punk back, man. It's so much opportunity for him to help the brand for sure.
I think I'll be real. WWE fucking pissed themselves off. Or not pissed them off. They pissed off the fan base. And even if this isn't true, right? Just hear me out. The perception that they have right now is they don't like certain black champions. They don't like certain black factions, right? Yeah. They brought Brock Lesnar back, and everyone knows everyone's been fiended out for Brock versus Bobby. We get Brock and Roman again.
Let me eat that, baby. Yeah.
And
and it's crazy now because they're kind of doing this just like the Sami Zayn shit and Kevin Owens. Just because for now it's just roles are flipped. Brock is the baby face, Roman's the heel.
But now it's. I think with the decimation of the women's division, the mass exodus of wrestlers they have, NXT pretty much going under and gonna have to be revitalized and rebranded. They pretty much set themselves up where, hey, a lot of people aren't gonna be watching WWE that work.
Especially you're gonna have Punk on, you know what I'm saying, weekly television, you know what I'm saying, at least bi-weekly. Like that's enough for them to be like, oh, what the fuck is he saying today? What is he gonna say today? You know what I'm saying? This is a Punk with no WWE script. They've been waiting for this for years.
And then I'll be real. I'm interested enough to go back to watching the AEW on a consistent basis.
But that's the reason. But that's a big reason why that Punk sign is for a lot of the fans, not like fans like, but a lot of people that like. Well, hey, this signing is very. This is a very smart signing. Let's see where they go with this.
It's not because I like WWE less. It's just because, or AEW more. It's just really because WWE has been doing a lot to make me not want to watch them.
Nah, for sure. For sure. I told myself I wasn't probably watching WWE after Mania, but what they did with Bianca kind of had me kept on watching. But
Elias killed his character.
Jesus. Right? Literally killed it.
Killed his character.
Literally killed his character.
Braun Strowman killed his character.
They fucked this shit up.
Right? And they broke up the New Day, give Big E the belt, the briefcase, don't do anything with them. They teased Kofi Kingston going to the Hurt Business. Like, I wouldn't have been mad if New Day got absorbed into Hurt Business and that was the new thing. And they'd been like, okay, that's dope.
Like the bloodline type shit, yeah. Yeah, man, but like I said, the things that they slipping on, AEW is making moves where it's like, okay, I'm interested to see what they're gonna do with this.
Right. You know what I'm saying? Like, I already know a lot of my favorite wrestlers already said that, hey, we're gonna be retiring like in the next, like Kofi Kingston's gonna be gone in the next 5 years.
Very true. And it's like
Big E got
kind of sick to see where he's gonna go.
Big E got less, like a lot of people don't realize Big E's almost wrestled 10 years already.
Right. And like I said, given their health, they can wrestle a little longer, but they don't want to though.
Right. And it's Big E gets a chip, he might stick around for another 5 years after that, but he's gone.
Mm-hmm. Well, like I said, it's dependent on that.
Xavier Woods is never getting a championship after that shit with Paige.
Yeah, that's why he's setting up his shit. You know what I'm saying? He's making the good things, keeping the money rolling in WWE because he still got some good leverage. But once he get his game and shit set right and he's ready to go, he's out of here, man. He says that too. He's like, yo, I'm not about to be doing this shit forever, my nigga. Like, I'm about to dip. You heard? Like,
you got Roman Reigns, Seth Rollins. They're at the pinnacle of their game, so they're not leaving anytime soon.
Big fact.
The Miz isn't going anywhere, but the Miz is leaving sooner than late than Sting.
He's trying to build his family up, man.
Right, but the Miz is doing the smart, becoming like, you know what, I can be a WWE life longer and get one of those legend contracts and just I make like $200,000 a year just sit on my ass.
I know how to flip that shit.
Right.
And you got guys like, you know what I'm saying, the new breed where you got guys like Riddle and such like that, the Drew McIntyres, who they see their future in.
About Drew McIntyre.
I feel you, but I fuck with Drew McIntyre.
He's like not on purpose, but he's been the. Well, I get like the Terradome, the Thunderdome was supposed to be like this.
Welcome to the Terradome.
This great experiment. It really, really, really did not go.
Like, the best parts of it for me was Randy and Drew and Roman shit.
Roman shit was probably Roman.
Yeah, that was the best parts for me.
Right.
But other than that, whether they're gonna build their new guys.
They're not.
So they got Seth. Well, like I said, they're like I said, the Drews, Matt Riddle. They got their future in them. They love them too.
I hope they have a good future, but I don't see it.
They started this shit with Matt Riddle, like, you know what I'm saying? The whole show.
Matt Riddle,
That you heard the crowd, bro. That was that crowd for sure. That say, bro. Like I seen that, I was like, damn.
He's over. I'm not lying.
Yeah.
I'm not discrediting that he's over. But is he over backstage?
I think it's getting there, bro. With this title win, especially with him rolling with Randy.
Tag tags don't mean shit. Tag tags.
It don't, but at least for given how on this stage, we're not talking like given how we know like tag team like title matches been like how AEW gives it up or past tag title match, whatever. How they've been doing it now is literally like singles wrestler in this storyline. They just happen to be together. Let's put them in the tag team shit. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And his story, his character is so over now that is, you know what I'm saying? They got him with Randy. I think once you start getting with Randy, that's another plateau or another level in the WWE offices when they start putting you with Randy. That's what I thought with Drew. You know what I'm saying? When they put him in the feud with Randy and they started doing really well with it, they're like, okay, let's keep this going to Mania. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. But neither here nor there, man. CM Punk, to bring it back, CM Punk back, man. It's a breath of fresh air in the WWE. Man, I mean not the WWE, in AEW, and just like I said, I was about to say the returns in WWE also, you know what I'm saying, Brock, Becky, given how the circumstances, you know what I'm saying, just all these returns all together, it's just been amazing just to see what the future holds for this next quarter of wrestling. Like the summer's about to be over, we're going into the fall and winter, everybody's about to be in the crib, or if they're traveling, who knows, you know what I'm saying, given this, you know what I'm saying, this Delta shit, you know what I'm saying, but it's about to see who's about to be glued to their TVs for sure. Going into this next quarter, we're going to be seeing for real.
Monday Night Raw.
I'm looking forward to SmackDown and AEW.
I'm looking forward to Monday Night Raw because I'm looking forward to see what happens as far as this Bobby Lashley, who's up next to fight him.
Yeah,
Brock Lesnar is obviously going to be on Monday Night Raw, but I'm hoping. Because Cena says it's not over after, I don't think it's over after SummerSlam, so we might get a little bit more Cena.
Well, we might get Cena versus Finn. Remember, they say gonna pull up on Cena, so we might get Cena versus Finn. That feud, I like to see that shit. Finn talking that shit to Cena, that he was in NXT. I'm interested in that. You know what I'm saying? But Brock back, I'd like to see him pull up on. If he's gonna do the double up and pull up on both champions, I like that.
I think the main match I'm waiting for right now for the summer, the kickoff of fall is so far Darby Allin versus CM Punk. I think that's going to be a bigger match than Christian versus Kenny.
I wouldn't be surprised if that second or maybe closes the show.
I don't think it should close the show. I think it should kick off the show.
In Chicago, yeah. In Chicago, yeah. Get all that crowd love right then and there.
Because the thing is, what you do is you let Darby Allin come out first, right? Because the crowd's still going to show him love. He's not going to get booed.
They're going to know what time it is too,
right? You let him get out the way because you get the early crowd where they're excited. Then you get that CM Punk energy. Feed off that. You give him a good ass match. And then maybe what you do, and I'm be real, you go to the Young Bucks and give them a tag match. Because you're going to have the crowd up in there. They can peak the crowd, let the crowd drop. You put in your little step-up filler matches where it's your big guy.
I think right in the middle, you give him that Andrade pop. That's going to be the one that wakes him up again.
Yeah.
Going to that next half of the show.
I think the Andrade pop should go right before the end of the match. The end of the show.
That's an amazing match.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That should be the one leading to Kenny Omega because I think that's going to really, really turn up.
Well, you might need a little cool down though in between that. You might need a cool down in between.
Britt Baker can have a match.
It might be her and Chris Statlander, so that might be something crazy too.
But she might. But then again, we're going to get Buddy Murphy versus Aleister Black, and we're going to get
If we get that at All Out, man, that's what I'm saying, bro. If all of that is at All Out, man, the sequencing is going to be hard as a motherfucker for the people backstage.
But I think if you just say, hey, You tell every single person out there, you come out here and you give me your best match of your career, and we let the chips fall where they fall.
Right. Because CM Punk changes a lot of the shit.
This is something that wrestling doesn't have that they used to have from the Attitude Era, and it's not just like WWE, like a WWE thing. This is just all of wrestling, where it's. And I'm looking forward to this. I think we can close on this. Is wrestling needs to go back to having where every single wrestler is going in with the mentality of, I'm planning to have the best match of the night.
It shouldn't be a few with that thought process, and that's a big fact. We hear some guys where it's still some guys that think like that, but it shouldn't be just a few guys that want to just think like that, and some guys are just coasting because they know where they stand. Nah, man, you gotta work. Wait, man, the way things are about to be now, they better start going back in that mindset, and they better.
I don't think that I'm not trying to imply that the wrestlers aren't doing that now. It's just the standard has been lowered in such a manner where it's like you can get away with being a little bit at ease.
Mm-hmm.
But again, I think with AEW, competition breeds innovation, and we've been getting that as far as from SmackDown, Raw, NXT, and AEW respectively, where each show is now trying to really do something to differentiate itself somewhat. And if it wasn't for AEW, I don't think we would have gotten Roman Reigns the way we got now.
I'm not mad at that.
And if it wasn't for AEW, we wouldn't have John Moxley the way we have now, which is probably one of the best reinventions of a character in the recent years.
Or just really like digging back into a bag, like, nah, let me bring this out and bring this to the world. Y'all ain't seen it. Let me bring this to the world.
Because they're starting to see what a mouthpiece and a big guy can do. Again, we're getting Bobby Lashley, who's given free reign, and Bobby Lashley's been changing the face of Raw as far as like, this isn't just the B show.
No, facts. Shout out to Miro also doing amazing work.
Miro, underrated worker who's finally getting his
probably one of the best workers of 2021 right now.
And I don't know. I'm looking forward to wrestling in a unique way because there's a lot of things to be hopeful for, and it's just like, WWE, just don't fuck it up. You ready for much?
This is a good time to be a wrestling fan and a bad time to be a WWE loyalist right now because you got a lot to defend. You can't defend right now, man, because it's so many outlets right now. It's so many outlets to watch right now, man. Just be like, well, nah, I don't have to watch Monday nights. I haven't watched Monday nights in a long time, bro.
And the only thing I really try to do is just catch the Bobby Lashley segments, and then that's it.
I ain't mad at that, man. But on that note, man, let's get to our waves and close out on this joint, man. Man, this is a crazy fucking wrestling week, man. Jesus Christ, man. Westside, you fucked up not dropping that tape, man. God damn, boy, I can't wait for that joke to drop.
I actually got, I guess I'll go first because I actually got a song.
Go ahead, bro.
It's an R&B song.
Hey, yeah, you know that's my vibes.
Sir, Masego.
Hey.
Nana.
Valid, very valid.
So that was my pick for the wave of the week. Nah. Bye, sir.
I got my joint. Just plugging my charger real quick. My joint is going to be off the new Dolla and Vision joint. That joint was a nice little joint. I think it's like 11 records on there, man. Nice little joint for the for your little weekend vibes and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Another weekend, you already know. It's close to midnight. Some evil's lurking through the dark. Need some tunes, man. That's one of them joints. Let me go to the album real quick. This is Cheers to the Best Memories album. And the record is Wedding Cake. Very good harmony. Very good harmony.
I'm definitely not want to listen to that album. That's a Dolla project?
Hold on. Where's it going? This Ty Dolla $ign and Division.
Oh yeah, I'm definitely gonna take a look about this.
That's why I was like, you ain't heard this one? This one of the ones for them ones, for them nights. Yo, don't say a word, man. There's some joints on there, man. But yo, you already know, man. Get your bars off podcast. You already know. Shout out to the squad. This was one of them shows, wrestling heavy. So this is one for the wrestling fans. But crazy weekend, man. But we out, man. You already know we're gonna have more lined up, regular schedule, man. A lot of crazy shit. Los gonna be back. Sue gonna be back. All the team gonna be back, man. But Get your bars off podcast. You already know where to find us, man. We out of here, man. Yes, sir.